800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Got the number one pick in the NHL draft, but the men that can't seem to stump. Do something dumb, that's an observation. CLT make them need to run. Cut on every trash, CMT for short. Wonder if we best once you peep the score. Up at the crack of dawn, top stories of the morning. While you're yawning, grab your coffee, rise and shine with 880 AM. This is Drop Time. We provide highlights from your favorite teams. Got Dave and Rick making plenty of picks. It's Rule 76.
Oh, wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
Energy butt bolts.
Oh, yeah. You're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on this John Harbaugh Thursday. I'm Rick DiPietro.
My definition of bird watching is like when you go into the shower and you start looking at someone's genitals.
Speaking of which, let me see that thing, Dave. Here he is, my co-host, Dave Rothenberg.
I'm not a handful. I'm a delight.
You're like a big doughy backpack.
I'm a pleasure.
You are a pleasure. Our amazing producers, we love them. Best hair in the business, RJ Santillo.
You know about the Ducks?
The Ducks?
Oh, tell us more. How about the very handsome, very tired since he did not sleep last night, the one and only Raymond Santiago?
I have a lot of questions, but I don't want them answered.
Okie dokie. Big shout out to the companies. Thank you for getting up with us. So you can listen every weekday morning, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on ESPN New York. And now you can see Dave's beautiful, very happy face on YouTube. Number to call, 1-800-919-3776.
Are you wearing it right now, Jared?
I'm not. I've got a few meetings this morning. That wouldn't be office appropriate for today.
Are you naked?
So, maybe.
Also not an appropriate question. We have an unbelievable show planned for you today.
Greetings from the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, guys. Rick, you'd love this place. There's boobies flying everywhere.
Oh. Everywhere!
Oh, yeah, everywhere. Knicks didn't show up play late last night in Sacramento, and to make it even worse, they lost Jalen Brunson to a rolled ankle. Rangers, they just stink. Dante Moore is headed back to Oregon, but none of that matters today because it looks like Dave's New York Giants are on the verge of signing John Harbaugh to be their new head coach. I'm sure we'll talk about that all 4 hours. We got Tim Hasselbeck at 8:30. Very nice. And as always, on Thursday at 7:45, we have an observations. Did it happen in Florida? And RJ's world-famous stuff you missed around 9:15. But before we get to all of that, today is a day of celebration.
I think if it was acceptable, Ray would make love to his Jeep.
No, not that kind of celebration.
You want energy? I'll open my butt cheeks and give you energy today. Oh, my God.
That's not exactly where I was going, but better. I want to make sure that on this John Harbaugh Thursday, we're not doing any of this.
You know what?
You'd want the
I
same
love
for
you.
me.
I consider you like closer than
Don't
no.
sit there.
You're a piece of crap. You know
Don't
that.
sit there and act like you wouldn't do the same.
Wow. Or this.
Hey guys, how you doing? The show's gonna go on, and I've been here since 2:00 in the morning. 49ers.
Maybe we should try and be helpful to each other.
Would you like us to take the money for the next home you buy, Mr. DiPietro, out of the crypto account?
See, French Dave, that was nice. You know what? We should go somewhere to celebrate.
Yes,
So where exactly are you?
In the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador, off the coast
You with the
of Ecuador.
turtles and the boobs?
Tell me more.
Turtles, boobies, sea lions, stingrays. It's awesome.
It sounds
Penguins.
awesome. I like sea lions.
Stop it. We all know exactly what you like.
And I like boobs.
Those are your favorite. They are his favorite. And here he is. He's everyone's favorite, the one and only Dave Rothenberg.
Well, you know those days when I pop on and I say, you're not dead, and the Giants have lost a game that they led by like 37 points in the fourth quarter, and somehow they found a way to lose that game? Those days, hopefully, are a thing of the past, because the fact that you're not dead means that you can enjoy and revel in what should be a celebratory day. The Giants are on the verge. It's happening. Head coach to be very soon, John Harbaugh.
Wow.
Hello.
Oh, he's back, baby.
Oh, he's back.
They better get pen to paper ASAP because I need this version of you all off season long, all of it.
How could you not? I mean, really, how could you not? This is, I mean, if you go through the entire coaching roster in the NFL, this is one of the best coaches. It is. I'm not saying Sean McVay. Like I'm not saying he is number one, but he is an upper echelon coach. And you know what I love, Rick, is the Giants. If you want to say desperate, I think you could even go that far. They wanted it. They wanted it. They made it a focus. They made it a massive priority, and they got it done. Good on them.
Yeah. So, I mean, is he the best coach in the NFL? Probably not.
No.
Is he the most sought-after coach in this coaching cycle? Yes. Because it looks like Mike Tomlin's going to go do TV. So, I mean, you're talking about a coach that the second he was fired had, pretty much every team that needed a coach and teams that still had a coach calling to see what his availability was going to be. And, throughout the process, it sounded like the Giants were at the top of his list. And I know you, like as excited as you were, didn't want to really fully believe it until it actually happened because, I mean, you heard, it depends on who you listen to, about, why Atlanta would be a good job, why, Tennessee would be a good job. So I think there was always that little piece of you and a little piece of Giants fans that, were still nervous to really get yourself fully invested in John Harbaugh and your head coach. But now, you wake up this morning, sounds like, all the details are worked out. He's just got to sign the contract.
Yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable. Apparently, they handled themselves like professionals, and they flew him in here on the private jet, and he was here for hours and hours and hours. And then the reports that he left with no deal, and then the reports were, hang on, he actually didn't leave. But, I mean, I feel so good about being on the verge of getting a competent, capable, a winner. And you can call today, and I'm sure there will be people, he's only got one Super Bowl, and, he's underperformed. Please. I don't want to hear it. Every person I spoke with said this is an absolute slam dunk. He's an elite head coach, and this is exactly what the Giants have been pining for, desperate for, and finally got. So thank God today's a great day in Giants Nation.
Well, think about what you've had, right? Like, I mean, recently what you've had and the amount of turnover. And now, I mean, going into year two of what we all believe is going to be a really good quarterback, right? He's going to be the face of your franchise. He's going to be your franchise quarterback. Like, I mean, you need stability. This kid needs to know that this is going to be my head coach. And then whoever they decide to bring in as the offensive coordinator, maybe it's Todd Monken, whoever it ends up being, is this guy's going to be here a while. I'm not going to have to go through this process again until hopefully John Harbaugh decides he's just going to be done, right? Like, this is the last job he's going to take.
Yeah, I heard 8 to 10 years is realistic with John Harbaugh now.
Because, I mean, the other names that we were talking about, and we'll put Stefanski and McCarthy to the side, like, you couldn't afford to take another chance on a coordinator that's never been a head coach before. Like, I don't think you were in the position to do that. Right? Like, I mean, it's just, it's what I'm dealing with now, right? I mean, we're still fingers crossed that Aaron Glenn can be a good head coach, but we don't know. You know that John Harbaugh is a good head coach.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Right. Like, and listen, Stefanski's a good head coach. Mike McCarthy's a good head coach. Like, those were the options for, offensive-minded guy that has coaching experience. Because there was maybe the thought, I guess, because we asked the question to Mel, and then people were talking about it, that maybe if Harbaugh, doesn't get into the playoffs, that, he could be let go. He decides to leave, whatever it was, he might be available. But, I mean, to think now that you got John Harbaugh as your coach after dealing with what you did with, Joe Judge and Ben McAdoo and Pat Shurmur and Brian Dable, to now have this.
It's pretty remarkable.
I mean, talk about stepping in it.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what? But they recognized that they were a dysfunctional franchise and that they hadn't done
right. But it
properly.
doesn't. I mean, I wouldn't give them that much credit for recognizing that they needed John Harbaugh. Well, I don't think it's that hard to recognize that you need John Harbaugh.
Yeah, but just because you need him doesn't mean you're going to go all in and do everything. I mean, they spared no expense, right? They got
I would
paid
hope
him a
not.
fortune.
I would hope not. You won. I mean, you won 2 games that anyone cared about. You won 2 that people were pissed off about.
Well, just because you did the right thing doesn't mean you shouldn't be pleased you did the right thing.
Well,
like how many times have the Giants made a decision? You're like, oh, I can't believe they made that
but
decision.
I'm not saying be pleased by it. You be pleased by it. Be happy. I don't want to sit here praising them. They spared no expense. It's the least you could do. I mean, there's 2 other teams that are in on John Harbaugh.
But listen, if we crush them when they deserve to be crushed, I think you have to praise them when they deserve praise.
I think it's kind of a low bar that you're setting here where you go, well, they sent the private jet. I would hope so. We can make him fly economy.
Well, not going to make him fly economy, but he can find his own way here.
Yeah, but what are you talking about? If you don't want to get the deal done, yeah, make him. Hey, John,
they didn't have to.
You
to
figure
make
out your
probably
flight
the
stuff.
highest paid coach. I mean, there's a tweet from Connor Hughes that said he's told the Giants' budget will be non-existent. No expense spared for any assistant coach. They didn't need to go all in like that.
But they did, though.
But that's my point, is that's great, and you should praise them for doing that.
Oh, okay. I mean,
no?
It seems like common sense, though. Like you'd have to be like,
how many things seem like common sense for the Giants over the last decade that they didn't do?
Right, but you keep telling me that they're the Giants. I would imagine at some point, like that ownership would come to the realization, like whatever we're doing right now isn't working. John Harbaugh has fallen into our lap. Like it's time to make some uncomfortable decisions, I would think. I'm going to sit here and praise them because they sent the private jet for him.
They deserve praise for the way they handled this.
Okay.
I don't know how you could say otherwise.
I don't see how else you could have handled it if you really wanted him.
How many times have
it's the most sought after
meetings? We look at the Giants now and we're like, oh my God, the way they handle things, they're not even the Giants anymore. Well, they finally got back to being the Giants, and I think they deserve praise for that.
There would be a real level of ineptitude if they did something to screw it up. Like if you find out the reason that it didn't happen is because he had to book his own flight, or they were going to put financial restrictions on him if he was to get the job.
And that would have shocked you?
Yeah, it would actually shock me.
Last decade, they brought in Dave Gettleman. They haven't fired Joe Shane. That would shock you if the Giants did something that you looked at. You're like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, but this doesn't feel this.
You're the one that kept saying they're not really the Giants anymore. They're
right,
not
but
the same organization.
Well, you clearly don't think they're the Giants anymore because you're sitting here praising them for sending the private jet to go pick the guy up.
No, I think the way they handle themselves is great.
Okay.
RJ,
I don't think there's another way to handle things. If you have the most
they have been a poor franchise for the last decade. You're the one that said, "Oh, Tennessee, look at Atlanta." I mean,
I didn't say any of that. I said the Giants were the best job. I said.
Well, why would they be the best job?
Because they're best set up. The only reason he doesn't take it is if you screw it up.
And they didn't screw it up.
Oh, great! Congratulations, you didn't screw it up.
I'm surprised that you're having this bizarre tact. Are you? Is it jealousy?
Yeah, but I'm surprised that you're sitting here like praising them for like doing things that just seem like naturally that you would do if you're trying to get a coach that has like every option available to him. This isn't like, I could understand if it's just like a coordinator that like would be happy to get your job, which is what you've hired.
There's teams that won't open up the checkbook and say, you know what, you need a blank check for your assistant coaches. Have at it. You need to have final say.
Was Atlanta going to do it?
We've heard the Giants haven't given control to a coach since before George Young was hired.
Which coach would you give control to that you've hired that's on the level of John Harbaugh? You haven't hired a coach.
Tom Coughlin?
He was not. Tom Coughlin wasn't Tom Coughlin until after he got done coaching the Giants.
He still had a lot of tremendous success in college and the NFL.
At the time, Tom Coughlin was nowhere close to being looked at like John Harbaugh is looked at right now. Not even close.
Took a team to the AFC Championship game. I'm not saying he was
what
John
does that
Harbaugh,
mean?
But he wasn't far off.
I don't want to get into this fight because it's not worth fighting. John Harbaugh is, at the time you're hiring him, probably the best coach you've ever hired. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to get the best results, but at the time you're hiring him,
he's probably the best coach you've ever hired.
Right.
Yes.
He's the most sought-after coach because it doesn't sound like Tomlin is coaching, and LaFleur is still not available. In this cycle, he is the most attractive coaching prospect. You have Atlanta, who cleaned out everybody, and Tennessee had meetings with those two teams. I would hope that if you were serious about signing John Harbaugh, after going through what you've already gone through with the meetings and Chris Mara going down for lunch, that you would do all the things that we're talking about. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's hope. Not.
You would hope.
I think if you didn't, then you've completely lost all sense of what is necessary to be a good franchise then.
Apparently Steve Tisch heavily involved as well. Heavily involved.
Well, he should. Why wouldn't he be?
Because he hasn't been.
Right, but John also hasn't been sick.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm sure that the Tisches don't love the idea that, like, this is I heard it yesterday, it's like as big as they are, the New York Giants, they're still kind of like a mom and pop shop. Like, it's a family business. And now all of a sudden the head of that family business is dealing with a serious illness, and now it could be a guy who thought he was going to be a GM and they passed up for Jerry Reese that could now be in charge if God forbid something happens to John.
Whatever they told John Harbaugh, I guess, was enough to make him believe that, you know, the next phase of Giants football and the way the Giants will be run is to his liking. And I think that's vastly important.
Well, it's probably going to be to his, like, vision.
Right. Well, I think everything here is probably going to be to his vision because they landed him quickly. And there was a lot of concern, like, you can't let him leave the building. You can't let him have this meeting with Tennessee, and you can't let him go to Atlanta. And you kept reading, well, he's leaving the building and no deal, but don't worry, it's going to be fine. And then you got to the 5-yard line, the 3-yard line, the 2-yard line, the 1-yard line, and now you're going to punch it in. And it's a red-letter day for this organization because you have instant credibility around the NFL, where you haven't had that in quite some time.
Well, I'm not even concerned about the NFL. I'm just concerned you have instant credibility in that locker room.
All of it. And the guys were pleading for it.
Right, but that's how bad it was, though. Like, how often do you hear players in a locker room beg for Tom Coughlin's? You don't hear. Like, that's not what you're not dying for that.
No, not
unless it's been so bad and you lose so much that seems like the only alternative. I need to be harder because it's easy and we don't win and this sucks.
Right. And you went from a country club kind of a guy. Right? You went from a guy that was like, "Oh, great, we have, you know, practice," and it was a nothing. I mean, it was so undefined that your rookie supposed stud defensive end didn't even take it all that seriously, it sounds like.
It seems like it was a disaster.
So
like just lack of leadership.
Now you bring in an adult. And thank God. What a day.
Well, not just an adult. I mean, the level of respect and credibility, like you were just talking about, the second he walks into the room, it's not like, again, you're not asking questions as to whether or not this guy can coach. You know he can coach. You know how well respected he is. He's got a Super Bowl. Like he's been coaching, you know, one of the best teams in the AFC for how many years? Now according to their owner and a lot of their fans, they've underachieved, which is understandable because how good their roster is and how good their quarterback is. But to be in a spot for 18 seasons and deal with that kind of turnover like we know there is in the NFL and all those different personalities, and, you know, build a system around a quarterback so he wins 2 MVPs. Like, it checks every single box. And now you sit and see who's the offensive coordinator going to be, who's the defensive coordinator going to be.
But you have to imagine you're going to like it. And even if like first blush you don't love it, I think that there's the built-in trust with him that you'll be okay with it. But I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be happy. They're going to get his guys. Guys want to work with him.
Right. I mean, it sounds like, again, part of the reason why, you know, Bisciotti moved on from him is because of the relationship between the offensive coordinator and the quarterback, and it sounds like the coach wanted to keep the coordinator. So, like, I mean, he's going to bring in a great staff, right? I mean, if you're a coordinator somewhere and you're looking, you know, to move your family somewhere, like, I'm going to move it to. They got talent, and I got a guy who's going to be here for a while.
Oh yeah, I have to figure that the offensive coordinator is going to be Todd Monken, no?
Probably.
I would
lean towards that, yeah. I mean, I would lean towards that. Depending on what else is potentially available.
Well, you know he loves him. You know he doesn't have a job. And you know I'm not saying Jackson Dart is Lamar Jackson, but he has similarities to Lamar Jackson, right? Like guy that's gonna move, be on the move constantly, and athletic quarterback. Not the biggest kid, slight. So I mean, he's worked with somebody of that ilk before.
Right. He's had success with Lamar.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, there were some decisions this season that you don't love, and it sounds like that relationship wasn't great. I don't know if that changes, right? If that changes it, but like I think that if you're a Giants fan today, you have to be just
ecstatic.
Yeah.
But we'll get calls from people that aren't, though.
How's that possible, though?
Because they're going to be like, you know what? They're such a disaster. They'll find a way to screw it up.
If the meetings go the way I'm assuming they're going, for John Harbaugh to make this decision as quickly as he made this decision is like most of this is going to run through John. And John, like, of all the people in that building, I would trust him the most.
Yeah, the guy you trust the most, you would assume is going to have the most authority.
Right, but let's also not forget, and I heard Bart talking about this yesterday, just how good ownership is in Baltimore, how good the people that, make those decisions on players are in Baltimore, right? Those are important things too. Like it wasn't just John that was doing that. I mean, I'm sure John had some say in that, but now John's going from, what he had, with Ozzie Newsome and DaCosta and those guys to Joe Shane. Right? Like, I mean, that's a downgrade?
Yeah, definitively a downgrade, yes.
So, I mean, how does that relationship work? Is John equipped to do it more on his own?
Well, apparently he wanted to have more control over the past number of years, and he was kind of told, we have Newsome, we have DaCosta, and no. Right.
Right, but so, I mean, that's probably more of a negative than a positive for me, is that he wasn't responsible for a lot of the talent acquisition in Baltimore, and now all of a sudden he's got that opportunity, and even the best aren't good at it. Like, that wasn't Bill Belichick's strength.
They could not be.
Right.
But we don't know that he won't be.
No, I don't know either, but it's not like it's not a guarantee that he is, and it's not like he has a guy that you really trust guiding him.
No, that's for sure. Jordan Schultz, who, by the way, you like him, right?
Yep.
9:30 this morning, Jordan Schultz.
He a guest you were trying to get the other day?
Yeah. He was busy the other day, and then he apparently lives near the studio. He's going to come in the studio, but we have him today, 9:30. He said he texted a high-level AFC executive, quote, Vrabel to New England last year is John Harbaugh to the Giants in 2026. Mark it down. This is an A-plus hire.
Yeah, I'm not willing to say that yet. I think that Mike Vrabel is a huge piece of that, obviously. I think that they went out and spent a ton of money and good money, right? Like all the guys they went and brought in, they hit on. Not to mention the fact that Josh McDaniels and what he's been able to do with Drake May. Like, Drake May's a part of this too. The talent that they brought in is a huge part of this.
Huge part of it. But, I mean, maybe you have the Drake May, right? I mean, everyone likes
but you don't have the money. You don't have the kind of money to spend this offseason that the Patriots did.
No. Next offseason you do. This offseason you don't. But you do have talent on this team. It's not bereft of talent.
No, you got the 5th overall pick. You got talented players. I mean, we've had this conversation back and forth for the last couple months. I mean, this is why Brian Daboll was fired. I think there's a lot of people that believe that the wins doesn't reflect the talent. Right? They shouldn't be a 4-win team. They should have been a 7 or 8 win team.
They should have been.
That now all of a sudden with another offseason, a 5th round pick, the talent that you can bring in, Malik Neighbors healthy, Scattaboo healthy, great head coach, great coordinators, that you could be at 9 or 10 wins. And
there's no reason that this team shouldn't be at least an 8+ win team next year.
You have the best. Now you have the best coach in the division.
Sirianni, Schottenheimer. Yes, now you have the best coach in the division. Yes.
Yeah.
How long ago was it? You'd be like, to win in this game, you need the coach, you need the quarterback. The Giants don't have the coach, they don't have the quarterback. Well, you know what? You wake up this morning, and maybe they do.
Well, they definitely have the coach. Now we got to see like what the ascension of the quarterback looks like.
Yep. All right, let's break. We'll come back. I mean, it's a glorious day. As a Giants fan, you finally got to where you were hoping to get to. 800-919-3776. Tim Hasselbeck at 8:30. Jordan Schultz at 9:30. We're trying to get another Jordan RAANAN, as well at some point during the show to tell us. He texted me late last night. It's happening, and it is happening. DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead.
Really?
That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's Second Chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Michael K. Not sleeping? Well, it could be your mattress. That's why I always recommend my friends at PC Richard & Son. At PC Richard & Son, they don't just sell you a mattress. Their experts use a 4-step mattress fitting process so that your new bed fits you perfectly. They guarantee it. Top brands like Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. And in-home delivery on any mattress $199 and up is free. So do what I do. Get to PC Richard & Son and for your new mattress. Free delivery excludes Manhattan.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
Hey team, Wendy here. If you're looking to consolidate your high-interest credit card debt with a personal loan, take a look at SoFi's stats. A SoFi personal loan comes with low fixed rates, no fees required, and as soon as same-day funding. That looks good on paper, but SoFi also passes the eye test, having helped its members pay off over $33 billion in debt to date. Score. View your rate for a SoFi personal loan at SoFi.com/stats today. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply at SoFi.com/stats. NMLS 696891.
Hey fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football. It's a pepper thing.
Oh, yeah. We're getting lifted. John Harbaugh is on the verge of being here. I'm imagining we're looking at an introductory press conference of either next Monday or Tuesday, would be my guess.
That would be nice.
That would be delightful. Delightful. Do you see, it's funny, the original report was like he was there for John Harbaugh. Apparently you learn he's always there, but Jackson Dart was there yesterday to try to get this over the goal line.
Listen,
whatever it takes, man.
Eli, Brian Dable. Like if I'm Jackson Dart, of course I'm trying to get this done. Are you kidding
me? Whatever it takes. I still can't believe Brian Dable's making calls on the Giants' behalf.
I give him credit, man. I give him credit.
Would you?
Oh, it could also be, hey, John, take that job because I can't. Let's keep those other jobs free. I got a couple interviews with these other places.
I know, but I guess.
I also think Cam Ward is good.
It's a weird dynamic, though.
Right, but I also think Cam Ward is good. You take the Giants job. I'll go try to get that Tennessee job.
Yeah, apparently he's up there for Eagles offensive coordinator and Lions offensive coordinator.
He's worked with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Right, so he has a relationship with him. I heard Orlovsky sounds like he wants the Lions offensive coordinator
job. Is that
job.
a realistic thing that Orlovsky could get an OC job? I know he wants, but like
he's I guess he's had conversations in the past and just wasn't ready to make that move just with the time. Right, he's got young kids, so the amount of time that you have to spend away from home and everything else. But he played on the Lions, so I guess that would be the job. That's also a great place to. I mean, with the amount of talent they have on the offensive side of the ball.
That could you imagine as your first OC job, the Lions?
Well, right. I mean, if your thought was, I'd like to be a head coach at some point. Like, when's the right time to sacrifice my time away from my family? how could I fast track this process? Like taking that job would fast track that process.
Yeah, I guess it would. So yeah, I would guess Monken with the Giants. I don't know what they'll do with defensive coordinator. John has a special teams background. That was his last job before being a head coach. He was a special teams coach. And by the way, I know we joke about with Aaron Glenn and the Jets special teams. The Giants can use help anywhere. The Giants special teams are terrible, awful. So I mean, to be buttoned up, to think that just everything is going to change and not have a country club atmosphere and guys are going to learn as they're at practice and show up on time and be held accountable and just an adult running the organization, it makes you feel so good about this team right now.
Right. Well, you have the talent, and you feel like there's probably, there's probably a lot of untapped potential, right? I think you saw a glimpse as good as some of the underlying numbers with Abdul Carter looked. Right? The idea that he wasn't showing up on time to meetings and everything else. And then finally you saw, last 5 weeks, a different version of him. And that was like with the slightest bit of discipline.
Right. With we're going to discipline him, we're going to call him out a little bit, we're going to punish him, and we're going to change what we expect from him. And you saw a very different version of him, right?
Right. And I also think that for someone like Jackson Dart, who doesn't want to get accustomed to losing and feels like to me has that leadership quality where he's not afraid to hold people accountable. But like as a rookie or even someone going into his second year, is that something that you want him to have to worry about? Like I want him to worry about learning this new playbook and just and playing the game. I don't want to have to make it like him feel like he has to worry about making sure guys are doing certain things and holding guys accountable. Once in a while, that's great, right? All good leaders should do that, but that shouldn't be. There shouldn't be such a void in your locker room leadership-wise that you have. That was the thing. It felt like Cam Scattaboo and Jackson Dart, both rookies, completely changed the whole personality of that team.
They were the leaders of the team.
Which, that's not how it should be.
And that's obviously. Shouldn't have guys that have made 3, 4, 5 starts in the NFL being the leaders of your team. Now, I think you're John Harbaugh and you see what those guys are capable of doing, and that's certainly an attractive reason that you would want the Giants job. But you should never have rookies. First, infancy stages of their rookie seasons. Remember, because Scattaboo wasn't healthy to start the year, and then Dart didn't start the year as the guys week 7 after making a couple of starts. It's their team. That's weird.
Yeah, I think it just speaks to where they were at.
Yeah, dysfunctional is where it's been for so long. Let's go to Joe in Ocean Gate. Joe, I know you're excited for once. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Yeah, I was on the phone with RJ and everything just before, and it was right when Rick was. He sounded like he's very jealous and he seems like he's pissed, which I would be too. You get this dysfunction, and thank God, I think it seems like we're pulling out of our dysfunction. Do you think this is crazy and probably way out there? But do you think what would be the odds of, or has this ever happened, Dable fired as a head coach? He loves Dart so much, and Dart looked like he did pretty good, even though Dable's not good at the head coaching part, but as the OC,
I don't think
and
so.
It would be the learning curve. He already knows,
That would just I don't know. I'd like to call Joe. I would never say never to anything like that, but that would just be weird, wouldn't it?
It's happening with the Rangers right now. I know it's not football, but it's happening. Your coaching staff with the Rangers. Quinney's working for Sully.
Right.
And listen, it took some time. Obviously, took some time. Quinney got another job, and now he's back. But still, could I see it happening? No. If there weren't better options, and I felt like with Jackson Dart, I could have a ton of success, which would get me back to where I wanted to be, which is as a head coach, then I would probably suck it up.
I don't think it's a crazy, awful thought. I just think, does that really happen in the NFL?
I can't tell. No.
Gets demoted, fired, and then brought back in a different role?
No, especially, won a playoff game here, was coach of the year, gets fired, and then the following year would come back as the offensive coordinator? No.
Are you seeing RAANAN on SportsCenter right now?
I am.
He looks terrible.
He must have been at the facility late, didn't shave. Right?
He looks exhausted.
Is this a live report or is this last night?
I don't think this is live.
There's no way that's live.
It's got to be last night, right?
There's no way. Considering the day Jordan had, and we were told he had to sleep, no way.
Oh, that's what they told you? He can't because he got to sleep.
You got to sleep sometime.
Interesting. Do we really?
You don't.
You don't.
I am half awake here.
I mean, after the first half of the Knicks game, you could have shut it right down.
I probably could have.
You should have. You should have gone home at halftime.
Precious Achiuwa just running amok.
I mean, Precious Achiuwa is dominating. Brunson's out. You're getting run out of the building in Sacramento. I mean, you should have been like, you know what? I'm going to go home now. Bye.
What, we won a 19 from 3 in the first half?
They're terrible. I think they were over their first 10 from 3-point range. Brutal. So
that's what you should have said, Ray. If you're not going to show up, I'm not going to show up. I'm out.
That's right.
I can't do that. I can't say such things.
And then you could have went and slept in your beautiful Jeep.
Plus, we had the big Thursday Open on deck. Dave, this is a big day for Dave.
Big day for Dave, and I know it bothers you, which makes it even better.
I don't know that it bothers me.
Oh yeah, yesterday your hatred it flowed right through the show.
How so? How did my
You're
hatred
like, I don't want
flow?
it to happen. I want you to be. You're like, I want you to be miserable. I don't want this.
Yeah, and I told you it would be good for us as a program to have that breakdown.
RJ, would it be better for us as a program to get a competent, capable, really, really good head coach, or to have more misery and dysfunction? What's better?
No, less misery and dysfunction.
Yeah.
Had enough of that. This is the biggest day since when for you, Dave? I mean,
probably my wedding day.
Oh boy,
no. The biggest day since
as a Giants fan. Since the
let's get to qualifier as a Giants fan.
Probably since they beat the Vikings.
Yeah, the playoff win.
Yeah,
and it's not even on the field.
Yeah, right. But even that win, I don't feel like you were that like.
Well, I was excited by that win.
Right, but you weren't that excited because you knew you were playing the Eagles next.
It didn't feel like it was really going to lead to what this could lead to. And what you guys were arguing, I don't want to lead us back there, but I think it was just a simple breakdown of you guys saying the same thing, basically. Because, Rick, your perspective is correct in that how could you be so impressed that they got the jet and they did all this and they're willing to meet his demands? That's Dave's subtle admission of this could have gone either way. He didn't know if he had. I mean, Dave, you can correct me. He didn't know if he still had faith in his team to do all the right things.
Well, I mean, Ian kept saying to us like the Giants are 7 under and the Titans are 6 under, and it's a very close race. And you read from all these people, don't discount the Falcons. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm telling you, I'm not even exaggerating. If the Giants lost out to Tennessee, which is apparently the hot team that you heard thrown out there, I would have been apoplectic. If the Giants lost out with what you look at as a legitimate quarterback to the Tennessee Titans,
there would have been no coming back from that.
That would have been like in the business world. You're on the verge of like Chapter 11 now. Like you're going so far downhill that it's going to take years to recover. That's what the league thinks of you, but you don't have to think that way.
You would have been, what was that Ben Affleck movie, like Jiggly or whatever it was? That's what you would have been.
You would have been Jiggly?
You would have been Jiggly.
Yeah.
You would have been Jiggly.
You don't want to be Jiggly.
You don't want to be Jiggly.
Never saw that movie.
You've heard of it, right?
I've heard of it.
But think of, I mean, the swing of one decision goes from we could win the East next, we could win the East next year to we are the Browns. That it felt like that's what was at stake.
All right, so but here, just quickly before we go to break here, my point was, and I didn't want to try to get into a fight because I want you to be happy. I want everyone to be happy. Was like what you just said was like Ian O'Connor's been. I mean, for me, felt like the most dialed into what's going on.
So good this entire way.
Right. So we're doing the golf analogy. You're 6 under. Tennessee's 5 under. The Falcons are 5 under. Like it's that close. So we all know it's that close. Like this could swing either way. So if you're the Giants and you want to get it done, of course you handle it the way that you handle it. So, like, if anything, I would praise them for recognizing that, guess what, we just can't rest on our laurels that we're the Giants anymore because we're not the Giants anymore. Like, we got to prove to people that we're still capable of being the Giants. And by getting this done, that starts to bring us back to that.
That's right. That's right. Maybe today, January 15th, 2026, they're the New York Giants again. Just maybe. Boxing back at the Garden, Saturday, January 31st for the Ring 6 Teofimo Lopez against Shakur Stevenson. ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Find the contest tile, submit your entry. Brought to you by Madison Square Garden. This one is a fight you will not want to miss. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com and catch every single round live on DAZN. You know the topic of the day. We'll touch on the Knicks. We'll get into a little Dante Moore and not coming out and what the Jets might think about doing at quarterback in number 2. But the bulk of the day is the being on the verge of the new head coach in New York with the Giants, and that is John Harbaugh. And we are DNR, and this is ESPN New York.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Are you ready?
Movies are a place of dreams, and this year, Song Sung Blue captures that spirit like no other. Based on a true story, the New York Times raves it is exactly the movie we need right now.
If you're there with me, I am not afraid anymore.
And now Kate Hudson is an Actor Award nominee for Best Actress in the Best Picture of the Year, Song Sung Blue. From Focus Features, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13, now playing only in theaters.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Rich Eisen here. LinkedIn Jobs is stepping things up with their new AI assistant so you can feel confident you're finding top talent. Get this. Employees hired through LinkedIn are 30% more likely to stick around for at least a year compared to those hired through the leading competitor. Hire right the first time. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/Eisen, then promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. And promote it to use LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant, making it easier and faster to find top candidates. That's linkedin.com/Eisen to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply.
The post-crib assembly press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Michael, you had some trouble putting the crib together today. What went wrong?
You know, those instructions can be tough, and, well, you saw the outcome.
Were you upset when your wife pulled you and called in the backup?
No, I mean, the baby needs a crib to sleep in, so whatever it takes.
You've got a changing table to put together next. It's got a lot of drawers. What's your comment?
You know what? We're done here.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible? Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2. The testosterone booster? Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results. I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week. Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text CAR to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
in the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports. ESPN New York is always on. Now you can live and breathe everything New York sports wherever you are. On your radio dial, on the ESPN New York app, and streaming live on YouTube. However you watch or listen, ESPN New York is always on for you. Hear us, stream us, watch us. This is ESPN New York.
Oh, yeah, butt bolt energy, baby. DNR with you, ESPN New York. Harbaugh is on the verge of being here, and it feels like the worm has turned. I didn't set you up for a FanDuel read last segment, and for that, I apologize, but I got stuff going on. But I do want to hear what's happening at FanDuel. I do.
Well, we got some playoff mode happening. FanDuel's turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boost means more ways to level up your playoff bets. You pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or you can build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, bet it only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boosts and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369.
Jordan Raanan was on ESPN. A weary Jordan Raanan was on ESPN last night. He said the Giants went all in, put on the complete full-court press to get this head coach.
They made it pretty clear throughout this process that John Harbaugh was their number one option, their number one choice, and they went after him. They had him there almost all day on Wednesday from about 9 a.m. until almost 9 p.m. So the Giants have pledged the kind of commitment that John Harbaugh wants in regards to building out his staff and building out an operation that he thinks can be successful.
That must have been an exhausting day. No?
I wonder at what point could that go the opposite direction? Like, okay, guys, enough.
I can't. I don't want to look at your face anymore.
Right, it's dinner time. I've been here since 9 a.m.
I just want to go home.
Let's wrap this thing up. It's just too much.
9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
That's a long. I mean,
and it's not like stress-free. I know it's not like confrontational, certainly, but it's high leverage stuff.
Right, high leverage stuff, but I think for him in particular, it's different because it's them, right? He's interviewing them more than they're interviewing him.
Yes.
Like he already knows if he wants the job, it's his.
He was in a position of tremendous power.
Right, which is, again, why, I'm not shocked that they handle it the way that they handle it. Because I think the Giants are at a point now, and I think you recognize this, why I think you're so happy and so quick to give them credit for using the jet and all these different things is that they have to prove to someone like John Harbaugh that this still is the Giants. You can't rest on your laurels. It's not like, Tennessee and Atlanta. Come on.
Right.
Why would he take those jobs?
In 1963, we're in the NFL championship game. We're here since 1925. We're a family-run business. Who cares? I want to see who you are now, what you are now, and what the future of this franchise is going to be.
Right, because the results haven't been there. By name, yes, right? This is an attractive job by name, but once you look under the hood and get a chance to see what's really going on, why did you win 4 games this season? Why did you have 2 seasons ago one of the most embarrassing seasons in the history of your franchise? What the hell happened with what's this Joe Shane all about? What happened with Saquon? There's a lot of stuff that's happened over the last couple of years that that you're is this the Giants or the Jets? Because I can't tell.
Right. And how many times have we joked they are the Jets? They move over Jets. There's new company in town for the most dysfunctional team.
Right. And then, that's going to stop. Now that's going to stop because you got the guy that you want, and it just so happens that, the timing works out perfectly for you. That you find that coach is gone, and then of all the years where, everyone had them picked to be in the Super Bowl, they don't make the playoffs, and Baltimore's looking for a new head coach, and John Harbaugh becomes available.
Yeah.
It's
Well, you know what? And I know that you feel the same way about your organization, and you're probably more due for luck or whatever than I am. But it's about time. I mean, how many times are you going to be on the verge of the number one pick and then you win meaningless games? Or you hire a guy who comes in and you're like, that suit doesn't fit. Or a guy who comes in and he's taking, quarterback knees on third down at the goal line. Like, it's about time that the Giants actually had a bit of good fortune.
Well, I think part of the good fortune, though, is that you have the quarterback.
Yes.
And I also think you have, I think that the ownership, the ownership's.
Recognizes?
No, not recognizes. They're, why am I struggling with this word right now?
What?
How people feel about ownership. Reputation.
The reputation.
Yeah, right. I think that also helps, but I think that what helps the most is they have some talented players, and more specifically, they have a talented quarterback.
Yeah. You have a talented quarterback. You have a stud left tackle. You have a running back you like. You have a quarterback you might love, right? You have a receiver that when he gets himself healthy should be one of the better receivers in the NFL. You have what we've, not this year, but over the last 5-7 years, one of the best defensive tackles in all of football. You have a guy who's expected to be a stud defensive end. So there are some pieces. They need a lot more. They need a lot more.
You got you got a fifth overall pick now where you could take a right tackle if he's available. You could take the best receiver available. You're going to have options to go out and add to the offense and add to Jackson Dart. See, on the other side of this, on the other side of MetLife, the Jet side of MetLife, it's like I don't have the benefit of having the history that the Giants have or having the ownership be considered, amongst people in the NFL as good ownership. So it's going to take something like extra special, out of the ordinary to attract a coach like John Harbaugh.
Right.
Like, we'll get a coach, right? Like, you'll get a good coach just because there's only 32 of these things. But you're not, like, again, like, if it's a Mike Tomlin, because I keep hearing Mike Tomlin, like, hey, go do TV for a year, come back, and we'll have 3 first-round pick. Like, maybe those 3 first-round picks is enough where you could get you feel like there's a can't-miss quarterback that you could get that could change everything, and you won't have to worry about bad ownership and everything else. But it's just, it's nice to have a team here in the city that feels like has figured it out, because I got to tell you, as much as I wish it was the Jets, the fact that I have to, and we both have to watch both of these teams play every week, at least I need one of them to be good, because I can't do another year of both teams being around. I can't do it.
Because that's all we are. I mean, it's bad enough when you work in a city with one team, and you just have to watch them, right? Like every other team every other city for the most part, outside of, I guess, L.A., right? You're like, oh, the Dolphins are bad. One team, bad, continuously. That's awful. I mean, statistically, you shouldn't have 2 teams in the same city be bad for this long.
No, but that's the thing, though. It's like if you have to suck it up at 1 o'clock to watch one bad team play, it sucks. But okay, 4 o'clock, boom, I'll put I get to watch a good game. Like, it's like 1 o'clock, okay, I got to be dialed in for the Jets. They stink. 4 o'clock, oh, guess what? The Giants stink. I mean, you're talking 8 hours of crap.
And then, by the way, Monday morning, 6 o'clock, now you can unpack it. Now you get to bring your opinion about losing this game. And look at what they did to start the season. It was so bad. The Giants went out there and were awful in week 1 at Washington. And the positive we took from week 1 is, hey, the Jets lost. But that was a hell of a loss.
Yeah, it was.
That's who we are now.
Yeah, I mean, that's I don't know what else what you could do.
I know, but think of the depths of that. Like the one team, it's like, well, you can't even talk about the Giants because that performance was just pathetic. But the Jets, I mean, they moved the football and they looked competent offensively. And granted, they lost to a team that's fine, maybe even on good-ish, but they looked pretty good in that loss.
Well, it was really that Justin Fields looked really good.
Yeah, he did look good, and then that went away very quickly, and then that was it. Downhill you went.
Yeah, but we got buoyed a minute for just the whole Dart coming in against the Chargers and winning and playing well. That was nice.
Yeah, it was great. It was great, but then you beat the Eagles, and then it all went downhill from there because then you went to Denver, and then it fell apart, and you didn't win another game until you got to week 17.
Yeah, 9-game losing streak.
Can you imagine now? Could you imagine? I'm excited.
If you had the first overall pick, yes, I could imagine.
If you had the first overall pick and what you could get for that with no other quarterback realistically going in the top 10?
Yeah, I mean, look at us at 2. I mean, we would have been a prime candidate to trade with you.
Yeah, you would. Well, let's go to Patrick in Albany. Patrick, you're on ESPN New York. Good morning.
How's it going, guys?
Great.
The nightmare's over. It feels great. Here in Albany, everyone became Bills fans, and hopefully a little more Giant fans again. That's all I have. God bless, guys.
There you go. It feels like the Giants are back.
It feels like the Giants are back.
One
great
fell
call.
swoop.
Sounds excited.
Yeah. Hey, how could you not be excited today?
Well, I think you have to be excited.
There'll be some people.
I will say, though, and again, I don't think this is an issue because of how bad it's been, and we can cross this bridge when we get to this bridge, but there hasn't been a coach that's won a Super Bowl with one team that's won a Super Bowl with the second team.
Right.
So I've heard that as a negative also.
Right. Close, right? Mike Holmgren got close with Seattle, but nobody
just hasn't happened. Yep.
Yeah, hasn't happened. Well, you know what? There's always a time to have it happen for the first time.
Right. Like, I mean, listen. Yeah, let's said about.
And is that really like realistically? Should we be talking about the Giants winning the Super Bowl, or just get back to being functional and capable and enjoyable to watch?
Right. Like, I mean, let's get to the playoffs consistently, and then we can have these conversations.
I said to RJ at the last break, and I was thinking to myself, like, is this a crazy thing to say? I said, this is a top 5 moment for the organization in the last decade. And he's like, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, what moments are better?
Minnesota.
Okay. It just didn't feel like that was going to lead to like a whole lot of sustained winning.
No,
but, okay.
No, it didn't lead anywhere because the next game you got blown out. And
right, but that ended up being like
right back to being awful. But that was a massive win.
I know, but what it ended up I mean, if you kind of like really like peel,
it hurts you.
Through, yeah, right. It ends up hurting you in the long run.
Right. But even if you look at that and you say last decade that was a better moment, what else is there? The boat trip.
No, definitely not the boat trip.
I mean, right? That was a pretty good team, but what was better over the last decade?
Getting Jackson Dart. I mean, that's turned out to be a good thing. I think that's part of the reason why you have Harbaugh right now is because you have Jackson Dart. That's going to be a big moment. It's not a lot of winning though. I mean, you can't point to any winning.
That's a long time, and I know that we have the Jets, which makes us like immune to a decade's not that bad. A decade's a long time to be an irrelevant team in this league.
Yeah, but I mean, again, at least you have the occasional like little sprinkle of success.
No, I agree. I'm not comparing them, and I'm not trying to make anyone feel badly. I'm just saying like sometimes I think we're jaded because we don't go as crazy with the Giants because the Jets are always like worse. But just because the Jets are worse and do deserve that conversation doesn't mean the Giants have been any bright shining star over the last decade.
No, they haven't by any means. But I just think that there's like this extra little like kind of circus feel to the Jets.
Always.
That always pulls you back to like just the Jets are just that much that much more dysfunctional.
I agree with that. John chimes in on the group chat. He's right. Sean Payton is in a solid spot to be the first one this year to ever do that. I would be surprised if Denver won the Super Bowl, but I guess.
Well, listen, you told me they got the easiest road, right? It goes through Denver. You got a decimated, injury-wise, at wide receiver right now. Buffalo's all banged up. Josh Allen's banged up. You got a really good defense. You're rested. It's going to come down to, whether or not you trust Bo Nix or not.
To win 3 games, I would say no. To win this one game, yeah, I think Denver has a good chance to win this one game. To win 3.
Right, but you also said, too, and I think I agree with you, like, Denver's defense is good. I don't think Denver's defense is Houston's defense.
No, it's not.
Right.
I'm sorry. That defense is overrated.
Okay, so, they should – so, in theory, Buffalo should be able to get their running game going. Jacksonville, that was one of their strengths, is slowing down the run.
Yep.
They should be able to run it. And now, can they pass against it? I think if anyone could do it, Josh Allen can do it. And I also think that when you get this version of Josh Allen, playoff Josh Allen, where he's willing to just do whatever it takes, the tush push. That was supposed to be just it went almost scored a touchdown.
It was unbelievable. It really was unbelievable. All right, before John sends another text saying, respect the top of the hour, let's take a break. 800-919-3776. You know what's happening today. The Giants and Harbaugh. That's what's happening. DNR with you, ESPN New York. Oh, you know what? Harbaugh's here. And you know who else is here? Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Hey, just want to give a shout out to Pete and Maddie. Met them at the Rangers game Monday night. Great meeting you guys. Thanks for listening to DNR in the morning. Watch for delays right now in the Southern State, guys, as you head westbound right past the Meadowbrook. It's an accident with all lanes subject to closure. 84 eastbound at the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, a serious accident there with all lanes subject to closure as well. Inbound George Washington Bridge 20, Lincoln 25, Holland 30, sponsored by the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. The Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has been at the forefront of inflammatory bowel disease research and care for over 50 years. Learn more about research, education, and support at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. I'm Debbie Duhame, 880 ESPN, New York.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait, this free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4-OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, this is Mika Zibanejad.
Hey, this is Adam Fox. Catch every Rangers game right here on 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
The New York Giants and John Harbaugh are now finalizing an agreement to make him the next head coach of the New York Giants.
Revel in what should be a celebratory day. They wanted it. They made it a focus. They made it a massive priority, and they got it done.
No team is more aggressive than the New York Giants in pursuing John Harbaugh.
Competent, capable, a winner. And this is exactly what the Giants have been pining for, desperate for, and finally got. So thank God today's a great day in Giants Nation.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. What a show that was.
It's a great show.
Yep.
How's Alex taking the Carolina losses? You all right?
No, not well.
No.
Oh, no, he was very nasty last night. Curse. I just sit there like a scared bystander. Just let him do what he does. But Sherry doesn't take it well. She's like, you cut that out.
There's no coming back from this now.
And he goes, you cut it out, Mom. She's like, I didn't do anything. I don't like the way you're acting. He's like, I don't like the way you're acting. I was like, oh, God.
Yes. How
Real problems.
How long do these losses affect him? Like, will it affect him today?
It will be discussed like adult-like today.
Okay.
Like
he'll
what they
break
didn't do well.
break it down today?
Like I won't see him after school, and he's not going to be like, oh, I just want to get into bed. He'll be upset.
But he's like, he'll like, last night
He'll bounce
emotional.
back.
Today's more like kind of like he'll break it down. Like, this is what went wrong. This guy wasn't good. Okay.
Exactly. Like Monday morning quarterback today.
All right.
Chris Stapleton's All-American Roadshow is coming to Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater on Wednesday, August 26th. And ESPN New York has your chance to score tickets on the ESPN New York app. Just find the contest house. Submit your entry. Brought to you by Live Nation. Tickets go on sale this Friday, 10 o'clock in the morning at Ticketmaster.com. Another day, and we could spend a lot of time on the dysfunction of North Carolina basketball and the way Alex handles it, but not today. Today is a John Harbaugh day, and it should be. And for the first time in a long time, I think, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, 800-919-3776, you feel proud. You feel happy. You feel like you're not forced into talking about the Giants at work and with your friends. You want to talk about the Giants at work and with your friends. They finally landed the big fish, and it's been a long time coming.
You got what you wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, listen, there are, plenty of times throughout the course of your life, and as a kid, as an adult, where, like, there's something you desperately want. And the reality is that you're probably not going to always get what you want. Like, there's things for, Christmas or Hanukkah. Like, this is the one thing that I want, and sometimes you get it and sometimes you don't. But the feeling you get when you find, like, when you do, right? Like, it's a dream till all of a sudden it becomes a reality. And I don't think at the beginning, I know for a fact at the beginning of this, it wasn't John Harbaugh. It was, I don't know, I think I like Stefanski better than I like McCarthy, but still, I got questions about both because, they both, Stefanski, I know he's got 2 coaches of the year, but you've seen what that looks like over the last couple of years, and how responsible was he for the Deshaun Watson deal? Does he like Shedeur Sanders? It looks like he mismanaged that. And then Mike McCarthy, got lazy in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers didn't have nice things to stay on the way out. As much as he won in the regular season with the Cowboys, didn't have success in the playoffs. The game against Green Bay looked like they weren't prepared. I got to listen to Carpe Omnia and all these different things. Like, there was, so, like, they're good head coaches.
Very good head coaches.
But it's not what John Harbaugh is.
Correct.
And he's not perfect, right? We all recognize that he's not perfect. Like, there were times this season that you'd watch Ravens games and you're like, what?
Where did Derrick Henry go?
Right. How do you blow week 1 the way that you blew week 1? Like, why does your defense stink so bad? Like, there are things that happen during the course, but he's been there for 18 years. He's won a Super Bowl. He's had success over what seems like which is a tremendous amount of time for a head coach. Usually they said, like, by year 10, the message goes cold and people stop listening. This is 18 years.
Right.
This guy's done.
And you know what? If I would say to you, you're right. He doesn't come without flaws. He's not the perfect head coach, and I don't know if that really truly exists. But if I said to you, functional, capable, adult in the room, CEO, like, he checks the boxes for all of those things.
Right. It feels like if anything, if something goes wrong with Jackson Dart, it's not going to be because the Giants didn't give him the best opportunity to or won't give him the best opportunity to have success. Right? Like, they've now put a coach in place who's going to put a staff in place that's going to give Jackson Dart the very best opportunity to not just succeed, to get to whatever Jackson Dart is going to be.
How good do you think, and again, just you ask it now because we don't know, how good do you think Jackson Dart can be?
I think that Jackson Dart can be...
Can he be great?
Yeah, I believe just like, and that's skill set, but that's also attitude. It seems like unless he gets, because he's a good-looking kid, unless he gets a little bit swallowed up by New York, which doesn't feel like that's going to be the case, the kid loves ball, man. That seems just like that's who he is. That's what he loves to do. He loves to win. I think injury could be, probably at the top of my list as the only thing that could potentially derail him. But as far as, like, his skill set, his ability, listen, it seems like he wants to get better. That's the thing that I think people underestimate a lot of the time with some of these kids that look like just these can't-miss kids out of college, is that they've had especially nowadays, and you live this with Ben and just how this whole process works to get to professional sports, even worse now with NIL money and everything else. It's like, from an early age, you have a kid who's so supremely talented that may not be getting the best coaching because he's just so good. Like, you've seen a lot of these coaches. What's your coaching style? I don't know. This kid is great. Go be great. Like, I see it all the time. Right? This kid's just an awesome player. Coach just throws him out on the ice or whatever it is, and the kid will just go be great. He's never been coached before. And then you finally get to a certain level where it's not just about talent anymore. Like, you have to be willing to put in the work to get better. And some guys are and some guys aren't. Like, Tom Brady was clearly someone that wanted to get better every single time. Every single year.
Was never satisfied with really good, or even the level of great he got to.
Right, look at Patrick
Mahomes. He always needed
Mahomes.
a better level.
Like, look at Patrick Mahomes. You watch some of the behind-the-scenes stuff, the amount of, during the season, the amount of work away from the facility he's doing. Like, that guy wants Josh Allen. These guys that get to that level.
Well, even yesterday with Dart, right? Like, the first report is, like, they brought Dart into the facility to talk with Harbaugh. That's how much they're willing to go in. I was like, no. Dart's at the facility every single day and just happened to cross paths with Harbaugh, who was also there for a long 12-hour day.
Right. Like, I mean, we've heard stories. Michael Vick is self-admittedly, like, I mean, when he was in Atlanta, it was just strictly, like, he wasn't even looking at his playbook. It was in his trunk. Like, that was just God-given ability.
Right.
That got him through that.
Right.
And when you get to the pro level, everyone's got God-given ability. Everyone's talented. But what separates the good from the great is all that extra stuff you're willing to do to get you to that next level. I mean, dude, like, we're so fortunate now to get all the behind-the-scenes stuff, like the quarterback show. Like, the crap that – now, Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. Is he a top 5 quarterback? No. But I can promise you that he's going to turn over every stone to make sure that he's going to give himself the best chance to squeeze every ounce of talent he has out of himself. Like, he's in the parking lot with the things on his head. Like, he's like, there's nothing.
Wasn't he traveling to God knows where to
get stem cells? Yeah, to get stem cells.
Yeah.
I think it was Antigua he went to. But, like, this is, like, that's the level of commitment it takes. And I think if that's what that kid has, and with the support staff he has around him now, and if they can continue to add some talent, yeah, look what he did Malik Neighbors was that was the thing that pissed me off most about, like, the whole Brian Dable thing. And now, like, as you take a step back and realize what a mess the locker room situation was and lack of leadership, like, just as far as production, it's the offense was good, and it had Malik Neighbors is gone, Scattaboo's gone. Like, who are you throwing to? Like, by the end of the season, he's throwing a Gunnar Olszewski, and you're like, whoa, that Gunnar Olszewski looks like a nice little piece.
Yeah, and he's not.
He shouldn't be.
He's not. He just, for that day against Dallas, made him look competent, made him look capable, which is exactly what you want, which is what we talk about all the time. Like, the great ones, and I'm not saying he's a great one yet, the great ones make decent players around them look good. And that's what Jackson Dart has the ability to do. You lost Neighbors. And I like Wan'Dale, don't get me wrong. Wan'Dale Robinson looked unbelievable this season. Right? I mean, he looked phenomenal this season. I don't know what's happening. Rick's talking and I don't hear him, and that's a concern. This is an email that rolls in. Guys, work on Rick's situation. Dave, this comes from Cecil Wilson. Dave, you should be kissing Tyler Loop's feet if not for that missed field goal. See, I thought that was true, and I thought that was the way. If you listen to Bisciotti the other day, it sounds like it was only a matter of time until John Harbaugh was no longer the head coach of the Baltimore Ravens. So, very, very, very strange. 800-919-3776. Raymond? Ray?
There's a lot of stuff happening, yes.
What's happening?
I don't know. Your video doesn't work. Rick's audio doesn't work. So now people are going to just look at me and RJ for a few minutes. Hi, everyone.
I'm working on the video. But
this went well last time, though. Big numbers for Ray.
I think I could potentially be back.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you are back.
With you. I want to talk to you, Raymond.
Hello.
Because there was a guy.
Hi.
I don't see you. There was a guy online. You're not on my shot with me.
I don't know that we have that 2-shot available.
All right. So there was a guy that was on hold, and he vanished. It said Bill in Connecticut.
Okay.
Cowboys fan.
Beal.
Very, very upset.
Okay.
How you feeling?
I don't want to say upset. I don't think upset is the right – not for me anyway. It's a good hire for the Giants. Like I've told you all along, that is the guy that they should have gone after. They would have been disappointed if they didn't land him, and that was kind of the crux of yesterday when you called me what you called me, which was very hurtful, by the way.
It was not hurtful.
It was very hurtful. I'm still haven't quite recovered from it. But it is a good move for the Giants, and the Giants should be set up at the very least for improvement, right? Which is what you're going for.
I mean, if they're a 4-win team, it's 2-13 and winning 2 games down the stretch of meaningless weeks in next season, we're gonna have a real problem.
It's a good defense. There's
that 2-shot. Now I see you. Hi, Ray.
That's nice.
RJ did some work there. It's a good defense.
You really, you know what? You're like the Bill Gates of the YouTube stream.
That is what I consider myself.
But you've got a good defense, right? You've got
no
a
good defense. No,
really good defense.
The Giants.
Rick is back, by the way.
The Giants have a good defense.
Yeah.
What?
Well, the pieces. Let me take that back. The Giants have the pieces for a good defense.
They want to have a good defense.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to have a good defense too. I wouldn't look at the Giants. They allowed the highest yards per rush in the history of football.
You have a really good defensive front, but again, I'm trying to give you positives, and you're yelling at me.
What did you do it within like the realm of this planet?
You've got a couple of really good running backs. You've got at least one excellent wide receiver, and maybe another one who's pretty good if you can re-sign him. And you've got a very good young quarterback, it seems, right? So it should be a situation where you're ascending, and all signs point to. I guess it depends on what the staff's going to look like. Because John Harbaugh, the one thing you can say about him is that he doesn't really have a coordinator background, but I'm sure he can get guys that will fit the mold for him. Right,
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
and with a defense like that, I have no worries.
So this is the day for you to celebrate.
It looks like you could be ascending. I would hope so. How much more descending could you do?
This is like inside the NFL.
It has been rough, but in terms of
they won 2 games this season that people were actually trying to compete against them.
Now the real reason you're asking me is you're just in terms of the Dallas thing, and I can only tell you what my own opinion from the Dallas perspective is that Dallas's issues are with themselves. I can't worry about what the Giants are doing. I need my defense to somehow be an NFL level defense. Forget about being bad. I just need them to be like, hey, this actually looks like the NFL players playing defense. I got to worry about that. I'm pretty good offensively. So
you're really a buzzkill, huh?
What do you want me to say?
He said you had a good defense. So what do you mean?
I'm not going to say I'm terrified.
Be terrified.
I'm not going to do that.
This terrified. This was a season where you had a man celebrating a 5-yard rush downfield. This was John Harbaugh is from an outsider, like a non-Giants fan, this is a franchise-saving move. Really. You guys were like,
this is what I'm looking for. Why? You know what? You guys share a brain. You share the airspace.
Why are you insulting me?
Why can't you have this take?
But you know what take did bother me? Like you talk on the show like this proves that the Giants are back, and that this is the thing I did agree with Rick on. It's like, well, why are you celebrating the fact that they had the private jet? Don't they all use the private jet for situations like this? Do you think they're going to make John Harbaugh fly into Teterboro and
I don't know. I didn't hear anything about the other guys getting the private jet.
Captain Stefanski was on my flight.
He sat right next to me.
Stefanski had to go through Newark Airport.
Yeah, but they didn't. Stefanski's not Harbaugh.
I understand that.
They wanted Harbaugh.
I should have never talked to Ray. Don't ever let your microphone go out again.
Why? He said you got a great defense.
Yeah, and you're ascending.
And you're ascending.
Well, you got to. At one point, I was
trying to be polite. I was trying to be polite to you,
and I was like, "Wait a minute, what is he talking about?"
He got 2 terrific running backs. I mean, he's just he likes your team a lot.
You want to switch teams, Ray?
No.
I know you wouldn't. You'd never trade Dak.
Nope.
Your team is like this, Dave. Just like this, right up.
Yep.
Just ascending.
Bullish.
It's like a trampoline, Rick. In order to bounce higher, you got to sink lower.
We may get so high the stock might split.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Buy now. If you're buying Giant stock, buy now.
Buy now is right. But you do know that when we get to August, they're going to be one of the teams of like, who's going to go from 4 wins or 5 wins to 10 or 11?
Okay.
The Giants.
So can I ask how many times in the past 5 years has that happened? Where they say, oh, the Giants could be that team that takes that step this year. That's happened a few times.
It has?
Coming into the year, where people say, "Oh, I think the Giants are a team that can take a step."
When?
Well, for instance, this year. For instance,
nobody thought that this
year. But that's take a step from being maybe one of the worst teams in the NFL to actually being.
The over-under was 5.5 this season.
I was seeing people that predicted the Giants to take a step.
G people. They were probably G people.
Probably G people.
The Ducks. Quack, quack.
The point here is, like, you're going to enjoy this. You're going to have a great offseason. You're going to win. You already won the winter. You're going to win the spring, the summer.
I'm going to get naked.
You could do that.
Please do not get naked.
I mean, you could
get naked.
That's not ascending.
But
it would ascend.
But by the time we
Talking
actually
about me.
we get to the games being played, we will be having a different discussion. It will no longer be about winning on paper.
Well, obviously.
No, but I mean, until we get there, though, from now all the way until there's pads on, you win. You win. Like, this is the biggest win you could have.
But I don't want to win the offseason, RJ.
Yeah, but there's no games until September. So you, from now until then, have done the biggest thing that you need to do.
That's right.
The only difference now is because I think this the second his name gets signed on that contract, you'll be one of those teams that everyone points to, is to make the biggest jump from 4 wins to whatever that ends up being, playing meaningful games, 9, 10, whatever it ends up being. Patriots, yeah, like all of a sudden win your division, do what the Patriots are doing. I don't know if that's realistic just because you don't have the money to spend that the Patriots spend.
I agree with that. And I don't think realistically, as exciting as that would be, that the Giants fan needs that. Like, can you be 5-5?
It's New York, Dave. It's New York.
Okay, but you don't think if the Giants win 9 games and narrowly miss out on the playoffs, that people and you see promise and they play meaningful games deep into the season, that people would feel differently next offseason?
Yeah, different offseason. I'm just saying, like, by the time, what is it? It's January 15th. Right. Just think the amount of time that we have to have people work themselves into a frenzy leading up to the season. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, once you get into the season, but I'm saying, like, as we start, as the weeks go by and we keep talking about this, and then we get to the draft and you're excited about the 5th overall pick and the pieces that they're adding, it'll get, like, you're going to get yourself worked up to, I don't know. Could we win this division? I mean, like, I don't know. The Eagles look like they're a bit of a mess.
You know what I want? Slap me across the face if I'm this person.
I will.
Keep me in check.
Okay.
I
can do that.
I'm sure there are going to be times over the summer as we get to August and Labor Day, and the season's late this year, by the way.
You know who needed this the most? John Mara needed this the most.
He did.
Because, I mean, we've talked about it a couple different times. I don't think we've talked about it enough, in fairness, but I think that's just because we have so much respect for him and now the situation that he's in. But, like, he hasn't made a lot of great decisions as the primary decision maker. Right? And you saw how the whole Coughlin thing ended.
That wasn't
terribly. That was not a great look.
No, with the no handshake as he walked by. And by the way, he inherited Coughlin.
That's what I mean.
Right. So he inherited Coughlin. They won with Coughlin twice. Then they move on. It doesn't end well. And then from that moment on, look at all the hires he's made.
McAdoo,
Shermer, Judge. It's just
Gettleman.
Gettleman. Oh, Gettleman, awful. I mean, comical. And now Brian Dable, who might even be the best of the bunch. But
you know what's wild though? Seriously, like, I'm sitting here looking at their Football Reference. So you had, obviously the Super Bowl in 11, and then 9-7, 7-9. It starts to go the wrong way, and Coughlin's out. You go out and spend a ton of money in free agency, and you win 11. You pop, right? 11 games. You lose the wild card. That was the boat trip, right?
Yep.
Right. And then it's like, okay, we won 11 games. How do we keep this momentum? You go 3-11, 5-11, 4-12, 6-10, 4-13, and then you get the pop again where it's, oh, hey, surprise everybody, 9-7, 9-7-1, win a playoff game. Like, okay, right? Looks like Daniel Jones is our guy. And how do you follow that up? 6-11, 3-14, 4-13. It's like you just can't get any traction.
Right. Every time you take a step forward, you take 10 steps back.
Right, and you're starting from scratch again. Right, coach is gone, and we got to figure it out now.
Well, a common theme has also been you don't have the quarterback. You don't have the quarterback. You never have the quarterback to actually. And again, if you think he's going to be great, if you think he's going to be good, whatever. I think you're silly if you don't think he's going to be something. I think that would be a silly take. But you finally had, because I don't think anybody really thought this with Daniel Jones. Even when he was doing well, you're like, he's just not the guy.
I think that, but it also, remember the lack of excitement when they drafted him, right? I mean, that was Who thought they were going to take Daniel Jones with the 6th overall pick?
Well, they overdrafted him, and I mean 6. You should be a stud. And listen, I think he was fine. There were times he was good. He had good moments. He's shown that he's a pretty good quarterback in Indianapolis this year. But at the end of the day, I mean he's fine. He's fine.
And he gets hurt. That's the other thing is he dealt with injuries.
He gets hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Did we break yet?
Nope.
Let's do that. 1-800-919-3776. We got an abbreviated Nobservations and Did It Happen in Florida coming up later in the hour. We've got Tim Hasselbeck at 8:30. We're efforting Jordan RAANAN at some point during the show. And Jordan Schultz, who this man has his finger on the pulse of things going on in the NFL. He's going to join us at 9:30. You know the topic of the day. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Are you ready?
Movies are a place of dreams, and this year, Song Sung Blue captures that spirit like no other. Based on a true story, the New York Times raves it is exactly the movie we need right now.
If you're there with me, I am not afraid anymore.
And now Kate Hudson is an Actor Award nominee for Best Actress in the Best Picture of the Year, Song Sung Blue. From Focus Features, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13, now playing only in theaters.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Show your team spirit and say big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives, just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Smalls here. Life is full of choices, some big, some small. And when you choose an H&R Block Tax Pro, you're choosing the largest network of tax expertise to be in your corner. For when your big ambitions need help with the small details. For when your 6 figures come from 6 different places. For when your gaming stream becomes your revenue stream. For when your business's year 1 needs 70 years of tax know-how. At H&R Block, they've seen it all. And they're here to help you make the most out of your money for life outside the box.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And here we are, DNR with you, ESPN New York. Ian Rappaport, NFL Network, with a tweet. He says Todd Monken is among the assistants expected to join John Harbaugh. This is not taking long, is it?
No, but this is what you would expect, though.
Of course.
From a coach like that. And especially with, some of the stuff we heard coming out of Baltimore. That was part of the reason why they made the decision to move off of John Harbaugh, is that, Monken and Lamar didn't see eye to eye. Harbaugh wanted to keep Monken. It's been 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get a new deal done with the quarterback. Let's make sure we keep him happy. You don't make the playoffs, so it kind of ends up being the perfect time.
They had a lot of success with Lamar Jackson. I know they didn't have the ultimate success, and I know that's what the naysayers will say, right? Well, they never went to the Super Bowl, and they didn't win anything, and fine. They had a lot of success with Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
And Lamar's had a ton of success.
Tons of success. And a
right,
multiple-time MVP.
Right, but here's the thing. I don't know at what point that we've gone so far the opposite direction where it's like everything's the coach's fault. I guess because it's easier to move off of the coach, and guys are getting paid so much money that you can't replace the guys, so we'll just replace the coach. But it's like, okay, but should Mark Andrews have caught the 2-point conversion? Yeah. Has Lamar Jackson played great? Has he been MVP version of Lamar Jackson in the postseason? No. Is that John Harbaugh's fault? The players still have to go out and
right.
Make
is
plays.
It his fault that Mark Andrews dropped that pass?
Right. How many teams in the AFC are getting the Super Bowls? Sean McDermott hasn't done it. The only one that's done it.
There's rumblings that Sean McDermott should be out.
Right, but the only one that's done it is Zach Taylor, and that's because of Joe Burrow. It's not because Zach Taylor's a better coach than John Harbaugh or Sean McDermott. Unfortunately for good coaches in the AFC, you got Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid standing in your way.
Right. That's the unfortunate thing. Now, I love it. I love the people that have all these negative things to say. I love it. He's not as good as you think he is. Do you understand how bad? Yeah, I know you do. How bad the Giants have been, and how functional this guy is. It's wild to me that people have a negative spin.
Right, but being better than you think he isn't my main focus right now. He is 1,000 times better than what we've had. Right? This is, like RJ said it, and I don't think he's wrong. This is a organizational game changer for them.
Yeah.
It changes the conversation around them. It adds stability. This was headed down a very scary path if you were a Giants fan.
Awful. You have been, and I've said this, and this is not hyperbole, you have been one of the laughingstock franchises in the NFL for years. With the occasional, look, the Giants got in. And the Giants won a game. Then they got humbled. Right? Oh, the Giants got in. Then they take their shirts off and wear their jeans on a boat. Then they get humbled. Right? So even when they got in, they've been in the playoffs twice in the last decade. Both times ended terribly. Right? The first time it's you get in and your first thought is let's go take a boat. And that stuck with them. And then the next time, you beat Minnesota and it was a terrific win. And then you got mauled by Philadelphia. So even those good seasons ended very poorly.
Right, but there's only so much losing you can take as a franchise before you just become a losing franchise.
You are walking that line.
Right, you know what I mean? As much as you wanted to hold on to, hey, it's still the Giants, it's still a great job. We're getting RJ might not be wrong. If Harbaugh, if they pull out all the stops, right? It's the Jets, the bells and whistles, and everything else, and he still chooses Tennessee for whatever reason. What does that do to the reputation of the Giants?
You're not the Giants anymore,
right? But that's the road they were headed down.
You're 100% right, and a lot of people said, well, they have Cam Ward, who at best I would think is a little better than Jackson Dart at best, right? And they have so much money under the salary cap, but it's Tennessee. You can't. You're the Giants. You can't lose out to Tennessee for the head coach you want.
Right, but they haven't. They really haven't been that version of the Giants for a long time.
I know, and that's what scares you. Is the more you get into this is just how it is, the more easy it is to just kind of accept it and deal with it.
Right, like you can only do so many bad movies before you're just known for being a guy who does bad movies. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like you need to get back to you need that. Okay, he's back.
Right. Even if you'd done great movies back in your earlier days of when you were an actor, if you're doing just all these Jiggly, for example, right?
Well, I mean that's a good example. Affleck.
Right.
Right. Like, I mean, after what you saw him do early in his
Good
career,
Will Hunting, first movie, the guy was a heroic star, Academy Award winner, and then it fell off.
Yeah, the Giants were getting close to that. I mean, the Giants and the Jets were getting real similar, real fast. And good for you. I mean, you got it done. You did all the things you needed to do. You were set up the right way with a quarterback and everything else. So the timing worked out, and now you should be excited.
I am excited. And you know what? You remember how apoplectic I was over not getting the first pick, which still upsets me.
You were done with sports.
Yeah, I was watching knitting shows. I was watching the guy with the hair. What's his name? The guy that paints with the hair.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. I was gonna start to go through my Bob Ross collection. But if you would have told me before the Raiders game, you get the 1 pick and a coach or you get the 5th pick and you get Harbaugh, I would have taken that road.
Right, but you could have both.
You could have had both.
Right. It's not John Harbaugh didn't look at the last 2 wins and go, "Hey, that's the reason why I'm picking you instead of
course
Tennessee."
not. But I can.
But I know, but it just speaks to the ridiculousness of the whole.
It's preposterous.
Like, these
you
are
had to lose
important
one
wins.
of your final 2 games, you'd have the number 1 pick right now.
Right. They're not even the teams weren't trying to win against you. You're playing teams that aren't trying to win. What's to be gained? I mean, it'd be like, honest to God, and this is not joking. This would be like me standing up in the locker room, like at the start of a season, and like, "Hey boys, remember those 2 huge preseason wins we had? Let's carry that over. Come on, big. Hey, we got to use this momentum." No, it's not momentum. It's good experience for Jackson Dart, but it would have been good experience if they scored 30 points and lost by a field goal. And hey, Jackson, by the way, guess what happens now is we're going to have the first pick, trade it for more first-round picks, and we'll add more talent around you.
Yeah, that would have been unbelievable. Eric Mastro Giovanni says, with your giddiness this morning, is this the biggest head coaching hire that comes with expectation since Parcells? Parcells? With the Giants? Nobody even knew who he was.
I don't think you've ever had a hire that's had this kind of expectations attached to it.
Maybe Parcells with the Jets, if you're talking about local teams, but not with the Giants. In my lifetime, no, this is by far the number 1 hire on paper that they've had. I mean, Coughlin was probably number 2, and Coughlin had success, right? He had success at Boston College, where they beat Notre Dame, who was number 1 and on their way to a national championship in '93. He took a brand new franchise and had amazing success with them, with the Jaguars. Amazing, right? Led them to the AFC Championship game. But this is a guy that was with his team for 18 years that won a Super Bowl and was also in AFC Championship games in addition to going to the Super Bowl.
Right. I don't remember. You'd know better than I would. When they hired Coughlin, like how well – I know he's well thought of. But
Very well
how
and he was
attractive?
a Giants guy,
right? But how attractive was he to the rest of the league?
Very.
But like this?
No,
not like this.
No, not this. No, this is an island to its own. But very. I mean, like I said, he was great at Boston College, and you see how hard it is to try to win at Boston College, and he did that with Glenn Foley, and he was great. I mean, he took a brand new franchise and led them to things that you'd really never seen done from an expansion franchise. You remember those teams with Brunell and Smith and Taylor and Baselli? They were amazing. They went into Denver and beat them. They went to the AFC Championship game. They were amazing, but not this.
No, not like this. I mean, this is 18 years, and this is the second he gets fired. You had, teams with coaches trying to see if there's any chance. So, all I can say is, and I mean this, I don't need music. The music would help, but I don't need it.
Well, if the music would help, why not have it?
Ray, give me a little music.
Ray, give the man some music.
Give me something heartfelt.
Yeah.
That's nice. I want to say congratulations from the bottom of my heart. I don't like to see you in pain. I don't like to see you, turn on a microphone and say you've just given up on sports.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see you full of life. I want to see you full of excitement and joy. And that's what I see from you today. I love you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy for you. And I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Go get them.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It's very kind.
I meant all of it.
And the music helps. I know you might think it doesn't help, but the music does help a little bit.
You deserve this today. Because you are the Giants. And there was some questions as to whether or not you still wanted to be the Giants, but you're back, baby.
I'm back.
You are back and bubbling.
And here's the thing. I never wanted to leave.
No.
I never wanted to have to root against them. Like, people are like, how could you root against your team in Week 17? What kind of fan are you? I'm the kind of fan that looks at the big picture and thinks, is it better to fail in the moment but succeed in the future? That's the kind of fan I am. And today, for the first time in a long time, I'm a fan that has real hope because I think I have the quarterback and I know I have the head coach. And what do we talk about all the time in this league? You can't win without a quarterback, and you probably can't win without a head coach. Well, now I think I have both for the first time in a long time.
So now you give yourself a chance.
Yeah. So now at least you can play the game.
Yeah, it gives you a legitimate opportunity now. And as long as you put the right pieces around the quarterback, you should have a shot. I already said to you, I think you got the best coach in the division now.
Right.
And now we'll just see how.
And that's with Nick Sirianni, right? And that's with Dan Quinn, and that's with Brian Schottenheimer. And you look at it, you're like, yeah, it's probably not even that much of a debate, is it? Like, you clearly have the best coach in the division.
I think so, but I think there'll probably be people that argued that, with what Sirianni's accomplished over the last couple of years, that he'd be right up there.
By the way, Coughlin, I brought up his coaching record. So he was 4-12 in year one in Jacksonville. The next year, they were 9-7 and went to the AFC Championship game.
Wow.
In year two of an expansion franchise.
That's great.
And then after that, they got better. 11-5, 11-5, and 14-2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So he did a great job there.
I didn't love how it ended here at all.
It didn't end well here.
No, I didn't love it.
No. Well, you weren't supposed to love it. But it ended very poorly here.
Well, I know, but I mean, listen, you had it end with Brian Daboll like in the middle of a season, and the guy had such a good experience, he's making phone calls to get the next head coach in here. And then you got a guy who won you multiple Super Bowls that won't shake your hand on the way out.
Yeah, from a guy that everyone loved. Like, maybe it was time, but still was beloved by the fan base, right?
Listen, it could be time, but you could still not love how it ended. Like, I mean, he clearly didn't like how it ended.
Well, look how it ended in Baltimore, right? The owner is weeping on the phone with John Harbaugh. He's got to bring him back to functional conversation. Like, you would just hope that at least the fan base wouldn't watch the parents fight, and that's what it felt like when Coughlin left.
Now, let's get Coughlin in the Hall of Fame. Can we please? Can we stop
That's
this?
ridiculous.
What are we doing?
And hopefully we'll get Eli this year, but I have my real reservations.
I don't think Eli's getting in this year.
I don't think he's going to either. Breeze, I'm sure, is going to get in. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. 9 o'clock. Oh, nice late puck drop. Islanders visit the Oilers out in Edmonton. And then 10 o'clock, Knicks on the road to take on the Warriors. That's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Quick break. Come back. I think you know where the conversation will lead. To the Giants and the new coach. It's DNR with you, ESPN New York.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
It's Chuck Devine with SnowCountry.com. Find out what you need and get projects done from the brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. Much colder, snowier weather moving in for Thursday. Not a whole lot of snow, so our conditions are flipping over to groomed, loose end, frozen granular. It'll be the groomer's job to churn up that snow and make it smooth and loose as we head to the 3-day holiday weekend. Regardless of how things look in your neighborhood, the coverage on the ski trails is very strong thanks to all the snowmaking they've done this season. Shawnee Mountains, 90%. Camelback, PA, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, both on 39 trails. All 3 skiing, riding, and snow tubing day and night. Bel Air in the Catskills, Gore Mountain in the Adirondacks, both trail numbers in the 50s. They'll ski mostly groomed, loose, and frozen granular, and Whiteface cashed in on some fresh snow. Mohawk, Connecticut, and Butternut in the Berkshires, both on 20 trails with snow tubing this weekend.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321321. That's HAWK to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible? Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Nugenix Total T2. The testosterone booster? Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away and I'm already seeing results. I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week. Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text ROCK to 321321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's ROCK to 321321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope, it's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bidi-bop. 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 I'm a scat man.
Give me the arm.
Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bidi-bop. Skibidi-bidi-bidi-bidi-bop. Woo!
RJ, he almost just hit himself right in the face.
He would sacrifice a limb or a body part. Sure. Yeah, whatever is needed.
I don't need to. Who needs 2 eyes?
I don't think anyone is asking. You have Harbaugh. I don't think you need to sacrifice an eye.
I know, but I would.
Yeah, please. You're good. You're good. You didn't have to give any. You didn't have to give any body parts, any extremity. You're fine.
I actually believe. I'm surprised we were even in the market for a coach.
Yeah. 2 great running backs.
Well, listen. We keep talking about roster building. Joe Shane's done a great job.
If Dave thought there was a chance that he would get credit from Giants, like just Giants Nation,
yeah,
for getting Harbaugh by that, hey, you know what? I promised I'd give an eye, that you would do it.
Do you
think I'm going to get any credit for this happening?
He'd take a little scalpel out and just cut it out himself.
But I think if you thought you would, that you hey, Monday morning, Dave's got an eye patch. What happened?
He took out his eye.
Yeah, I got Harbaugh.
I you know what? I traded sight for Harbaugh. Then I do it again. But then I wouldn't get to enjoy the fruits of my eye removal.
Well, you just have to hear it.
Yeah, no, you got one eye. I'm not saying both eyes.
I got one eye?
Yeah, one eye.
So I'm like pirate now.
What's that on Harbaugh's desk? Oh, that's Dave's eye.
Would they put it in some kind of like Was it formaldehyde they put it in?
There you go.
Yeah. I
In a
sat
jar.
in formaldehyde once. Burnt my butt cheek.
Why would you do that?
It was accidental. So during a science project,
I'd be
I
like
sat
One-Eyed
right in-
Willie.
Why would you do this?
I didn't mean to sit in the formaldehyde, Ray. I'm telling you, I sat on the desk.
How do you sit in formaldehyde?
It
Man
spilled.
accidentally sits in formaldehyde.
It spilt on the desk, and I sat in it, not paying. I wasn't paying attention.
no.
I was doing my project. I was showing the class, and I sat in it, and I was like, "Oh, that doesn't feel good."
You know, when you get to that point, though, because my lab partner in high school,
Sorry, RJ.
my lab partner ended up also going to Division I in hockey. There's not a lot of focus when you're at that point.
No,
I mean,
you just think to yourself, hey, I can sit wherever I want.
no,
Clearly.
I don't think it's so much that. It's a formality. Let me just kind of breeze through my day before I end up at.
No, but this was before, though. This was grade school.
Oh, so
I wasn't
before
like,
you
"Oh,
were-
hey, I'm going
you
to
were
get drafted."
You're working with that kind of thing in grade school?
Yeah, it was.
They
like, yeah,
let
like, I don't know,
little
it was like
children
an
work with
eyeball or something.
formaldehyde.
This doesn't seem like a great educational
Where
decision.
did you go to school?
That was in Winthrop. I had to go to the nurse. I had to go. Yeah, big deal.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Did she put a bomb on it?
No. She called Cheryl. Cheryl asked the same questions that you asked, like how is it possible that my son just sat in formaldehyde, and then we moved on.
Speaking of moving on, would you like to tell us about a little FanDuel?
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh, that's nice.
This will get you excited. I don't know if it's clearly not going to get you as excited as Harbaugh.
You want me to do some scats while you do your read?
Try it. You want to see how it works?
Scats in the background?
Yeah, right here. Are you ready?
Oh, here we go.
I don't know if you should.
Ray,
I don't know if you should.
Just do it like in the background though. I don't want it so loud.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. FanDuel, starting on playoff mode, all customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boost means more ways to level up your playoff bets. You pick the matchups you believe in. You can take your shot at an upset or build a parlay that fits the moment. Whatever you like, you can bet it only on FanDuel. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Must be 21 and older and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions do apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467369.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah.
That makes me want to scat.
Scat again.
Scat.
That's
RJ,
good
scat
stuff.
with me.
No, this is not my celebration.
RJ, you know what?
Your team's still in the playoffs. Scat.
Your team just beat the Eagles.
This is your scat day. You go right ahead.
RJ,
No.
RJ
You didn't
starts
scat
scatting
on Monday. Give me one scat.
Come on, RJ.
RJ will start scatting if they declare Fred Warner is active.
And Fred Warner's
whatever you want.
practicing.
I'm saying.
RJ, come on. In the hopes of Fred Warner coming back
There will
and
be no
to beat
scatting.
the Seahawks on the road, give me a scat.
I'm not giving you giant celebratory scats. I can't
Skeet
do it.
then.
You know what, RJ?
You can't say that.
No.
See what you did?
What did I do?
You led to that. Soon I don't have a sponsor, but for
the
right
dumb
now,
button is sponsored by.
I think that's legal. I think what I just said was
I'm not sure,
legal.
I'm not sure that it is.
No.
Well, it's your fault, RJ. All you have to do is give me a scat.
That's it. That's all you needed.
See? He's not afraid to do it.
Yeah, it's on my day. I'll
Is the
scat.
scat too much for you? Is it too big for you?
it's not my celebration scat to be had.
You're one of 8 teams left in the postseason.
Well, that's not what we're talking about here, though.
Dave's got a great defense.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you have a great defense. Enjoy.
Scat.
Scat, come on. Raymond can't scat with that defense. You can scat with your team.
There will be no scatting.
Oh, you really
suck.
Both of you guys are buzz kills.
Ugh.
This is not our day. This is your day.
It's
I'm
the show's
scatting
day.
my face off. All I want to do is scat with a friend.
That doesn't seem clean.
Listen, whatever you're into.
That does not seem appropriate.
Yeah, when the
Who
show
cleans
ends,
that up?
Yeah, you do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's.
I'll scat. You won't give me. How about a baby scat?
You know, interestingly enough, I just completed all the HR courses that you have to do every year. I just did all those.
I don't.
RJ, in your personality assessment, does it say unfun as number one?
No,
Buzzkill.
Yeah.
I didn't get either of those.
Energy
what
leech.
His first assessment was 11 Z's in a row. And he's like, what do those Z's mean? They mean
wet blankets.
Yeah, my God.
You guys stink.
Yeah. You're a fun thief is what you are. You have a friend having a great day, all excited, and you can't buy in at all?
Yeah, you're a joy burglar is what you are.
He's exactly right.
Listen, I just told you that your franchise has been saved.
You're third cousins with the Hamburglar.
What?
That's
what
right.
just happened?
You're a joy burglar.
Yeah, that's what you are. I mean, you're stealing all our joy.
Robble.
Why do you have joy?
I have joy because Dave has joy. Because
That's right. That's how close we are.
That's not true. People were levying accusations at Rick at the beginning of the show.
You yelled at him at 6:07.
Yeah.
Well, that's because he's got the bar so low. He's like, oh, they sent the jet. I would hope they would send the jet.
People were openly calling you a hater.
I'm not trying to be a hater. I want to bask in
You know what they're doing? Don't
happiness.
let them. They're trying to deflect.
Yeah, they are.
All right. Look at you say of any of the four of us on the show, RJ has the Sabres and the Niners. He's got more than anybody. If anybody should be scatting, it should be RJ.
Right. Sabres won again last night. That's 14-16 for this team.
That's right.
Listen, on your little road trip coming up, you should take some time, stop by the facility. Introduce.
Say congratulations?
No, just introduce your boys back. You know what? This is what winners look like. This is what we want to be.
You know what? You're unbelievable.
It's what we want to be.
I'm all here. Oh, we're so bad. We stink. What a joke. Haven't been there forever.
We were in last a month ago. Last.
Well, now look at you.
Yeah, I mean.
14 of 16. I
barely-
got an email from Ellie Cole. Dave, I'm writing to you as a huge fan of your show and an even bigger Ravens fan. Though it may have been time after 18 seasons for the Ravens and John Harbaugh to part ways, I will always love that man. This has sent me into an emotional turmoil because I have spent the last 2 weeks listening to the show, as I always do, and I've just been listening to you salivate over my former head coach. Now it seems the deal is just about, if not done. I'm feeling so torn because I love you guys, and yes, I'm very happy for you, but it's like watching your ex with someone else. I feel completely overwhelmed by possessiveness, and I feel very distressed. I'm trying to be the bigger person and wish you guys all the best together, but I'd be lying if I didn't admit that somewhere deep down I'm hoping it doesn't work out for you and the Giants. In the spirit of being an honesty broker, I needed to get that off my chest. I love you and hate you all in the same day. All the best, and I also wish bad things for you and your team, Ellie.
Okay.
Well, that's nice, Ellie.
I mean, it was nice and not nice at the same time.
That's fine. Listen, I understand being torn, but it's not like it's not like there's not a really, really good football team waiting for Ellie in Baltimore.
Yeah, right. Maybe she hires a new coach that she can get excited about. I mean, you still got Lamar.
Yeah.
Sounds like you get a deal done with him. You got a good owner. You got a good GM. You're fine.
You get every year.
It's got to be a strange feeling, though. This is almost a 2 decades long marriage, we'll call it. They break up, and 5.5, 6 days later, you're already in a new relationship. I mean, they kicked him out, so he's
they broke up with him.
But maybe they did not expect him to bounce back this quickly into this situation.
Then they weren't reading.
I think the owner knew the second he fired him that he would bounce back this quickly.
Yeah.
This quickly?
Hey, he told him what job he would take.
Less than a week later? Are you surprised a little bit that he didn't push to have a second interview somewhere, just for some perspective?
No. And I'll tell you why. And you learn it even after the fact. This is a job he wanted.
Yeah, seems that way.
So if the job you want, with the quarterback that you look at with the biggest upside, with an ownership group that you like, why would you go for?
Well, especially if they gave you everything you wanted.
Right. You're gonna get you're gonna get paid. Ian Rappaport, by the way, reporting and others as well. 5-year deal. So it's gonna be something like 5 years, $100 million.
Yeah, unless there were things that happened during the meeting that you didn't necessarily like, and you thought there were, you were doing yourself a disservice by not going to figure out what Tennessee was offering or what Atlanta was offering. Hey, these are my priorities. This is what I want. They gave me everything I want. This was the job at the top of my list. Let's go.
Right. Why would you?
I think the thought from some people is that just you would like to exhaust all your different opportunities, and then that way you have all the information before you make the decision.
I get, but if the job that you want, and clearly it's the job he wanted, if they wow you, and you love what you hear, why would you waste your time or Tennessee's time or Atlanta's time? It just
I would.
Really
I would pick up the phone. No, I would do exactly. I would pick up the phone and say, "Hey, listen, I really appreciate the interest. I'm flattered.
The place I want to go.
Unfortunately, I am going to. I'm going to pass. And I'm going to take the Giants job.
Right. How many days ago was it that John was waxing poetic that it's Miami?
Miami with Lamar though. It wasn't just Miami.
Harbaugh, the GM he wants, and Lamar.
Yep.
So that's swing and a miss.
There's a real chance. There's a real chance John watched Any Given Sunday, and then just was like, you know what? This is a great idea. This is what's going to happen. If Pacino could do it, Harbaugh can do it. And you know what? He was probably excited about it until he stepped into the control room with those two wet blankets, and then they sucked all the fun in life right out of him.
You know, at some point you would hope that we would get, I don't know, we will, John Harbaugh in studio. I don't think we introduce either of those guys to him.
I don't know how we could.
No. He'd be like, you guys have to work with this depressing duo every day.
I look forward to you using your star power to bring John Harbaugh in the studio. I look forward to that.
Don't turn this around about me.
Yeah, don't deflect it.
If we were ever to get him in studio, I'd like, and this is Ray Santiago, you'd be like, hi, Mr. Harbaugh. He'd be like, RJ, hey, give me a little juice, a little scatting. You'd be like, I don't scat. I won't scat.
And John walks out, zest for life gone. Just the shell of what he was.
Yeah.
You guys really need to rethink your funness. Because I don't like it.
I'll rethink nothing.
You rethink. You know what? Are there nasty ducks I can put on your Jeep? Like angry ducks?
Rabid ducks?
I'm sure if there are, you can find them.
I'm going to Google FU ducks. I'm going to leave one of those in your Jeep. That's what I'm leaving.
I hope you open up your Jeep one day and ducks, like they do to like kids at training camp, ducks just fall out.
Yes, we'll put them in. Yeah, we'll fill the whole sunroof up.
The whole Jeep.
Stop making this about me.
I may take a dump. I may take a dump on your Jeep that looks like a duck.
Oh, a duck-shaped dump?
Yep. How about that? How about that?
Not a terrible idea.
Listen. A, I would be impressed if you could actually pull that off. B,
you don't know.
B, I'll never talk to you again.
Couple Jersey Mikes.
You do that to me. I'll
Giant
never talk
sandwiches?
to you again.
Why?
We'll never speak again.
Why?
Because you'll have lost my friendship.
It's a duck.
For that violation.
If it's a duck.
It's a duck.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck.
Yeah, you didn't say it had to be made of a certain thing.
Right.
It's just a duck. It just happens to be a turd. Sorry.
We've made a trade.
We got rid of RJ.
No. I would, even though RJ's not scatting his way through the morning, I would never get rid of RJ. Tim Hasselbeck, excuse me, join us tomorrow morning to preview the divisional games. Jordan RAANAN, 8:30 this morning.
Did Jordan Bigfoot Hasselbeck?
RJ, what happened there?
I was texting. Well, here's what
Before you explain it, can I just say something quickly?
Yeah,
No.
I think you should.
You're listening to DiPietro and Rothenberg on WHSQ, WCBS FM HD2 in New York. Go ahead.
So I've been texting with both of them. Jordan very willing to come on. And I was,
of course, Jordan loves the airtime.
He does. And I was talking with Tim, who we love, and it felt like his insight into the NFL would be better spent tomorrow previewing some of these games. Because right now we're just kind of in fact gathering mode.
Right, but did you tell Tim that he wasn't going to get me tomorrow?
I did not break that news.
Right. Okay, so now you know what's going to happen now. He's going to be like, I'm not doing this.
Do you think he's going to find out that Dan's here and he's going to hold out?
Yeah, and I got 2 fun sponges. He's essentially doing the show with just Dave.
Yeah, but maybe he'll scat with me tomorrow.
Maybe.
I bet you could get him a scat.
I'm sure he would scat.
Yeah, he would.
The only people that won't scat are these two animals.
His team only lost 15-17 in the playoffs.
They were right there.
Right there.
They were. Rangers lost 4-8 last night. After losing 2-10 the other night.
What a tragic misstep I had in that moment.
Do you still feel upset about that?
Yeah, I feel upset about it.
That's gonna haunt you forever. But I don't want to crush you today because you've been a good teammate. So I don't want to crush you.
I mean, listen, I'm here for you.
It's Raymond's level of nastiness that I think we need to really dissect.
Well, to his credit though, he did tell you had a great defense, which I don't. I'm not sure what he's watching compared to his defense, maybe.
Not even.
Well, the bar's low.
It was a wild take. It was just a wild take that the Giants defense is pretty good. It's not.
You have pieces.
All right, this Harbaugh update. Look at our sales staff is so good that Harbaugh gets the job last night, and now we have Harbaugh updates. This Harbaugh update is brought to you by D'Agostino Law. John Harbaugh on the verge of becoming the coach of the New York Football Giants. And the Harbaugh update was brought to you by D'Agostino Law. 35 years of getting accident victims and Social Security disability clients every single dollar they deserve. Offices in New York and New Jersey, 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-248-3222, D'Agostino Law. Rawr! Bite back.
This is the best I've seen you in a long time.
I'm bringing it today, right?
That's what the station was missing. A personality like this.
Well, here we go.
But you're back, baby.
I'm back, baby. Ted in the truck. Ted wants to scat. Hi, Teddy.
I just wanted to ask Ray, who's your football coach for the Cowboys, Ray? Because we got Harbaugh.
It's Brian Schottenheimer. I don't know if you know this, Ted.
I do know. You're in trouble, Ray.
Yeah.
And this will be saved. And this will be saved for later.
Why?
You know why.
No, I don't know why.
Yeah, you know exactly
Because
why.
we're excited? Because we have life injected into us? Why? Why can't we have nice things, Ray?
This is a great thing for you. I told you. Great defense, great coach, great everything. Giants will go 15-2 next year. It's going to be fantastic.
You know, I don't want to. I've never said anything like that, so I don't know why you would mock like that. If you're not more concerned about the Giants this morning than you were 3 days ago, you're crazy.
You know what's going to happen though now. That now the next time the teams play, if Ray's team wins. That next show is going to open with you and Ted talking about the coach and scatting and everything else. That's, you can book that.
But the Giants could lose to the Cowboys the next time they play. I'm not
I
saying
know.
the Giants now go 14-3. I'm just saying the Giants have taken a step for respectability, a step in a legitimate head coach is all I'm saying. I'm not sitting here telling you the Giants are a guaranteed playoff team next year. They're going to be a 13-win team. Why are you laughing?
Because RJ's whispering things in my ear. Okay, that's why.
What are you saying, RJ?
You sound like Neil Armstrong.
You know what? Ordinarily, I would have been done right now, but not today.
You just poor Ted had a nice little rhythm going too, and you just stomped all over.
I'm sorry. You know what? I can't win with you.
Yeah, Ted thought
if I'm depressed and I don't want to scat, now it's like, oh, he's dead. He's got nothing. The guy's pathetic. Now I'm scatting my face off, and now it's like, oh, he's doing too much scatting.
Ted thought he had a moment there, and you took it. You went and took it from him.
Yeah, but Ted had this nice little rhythm going, and then you just went off. It was too much cowbell. You just came back just bashing the hell out of it.
I can't help it. When you have the scat rhythm, you have the scat rhythm.
And that is rhythm, let me tell you.
I feel like it was one giant step for scatting. And
that's how big today is, RJ.
RJ's description of this segment, Dave scats. And scats.
Dave scats.
And
and sounds like Neil Armstrong.
Uh-huh. That's tough to do in one segment.
It's fine.
You somehow managed it. The previous 4 Giants coaches, what is that? What a difference, though. Just experience-wise, what you're hiring compared to what you've hired in the past. It's just night and day.
Well, this is the first one of the last 5, right? If you include him, that's had any head coaching experience. Oh, no, Shermer had a little bit of head coaching experience.
It says the previous
With
4
Cleveland.
Giants hires combined for 2 years of prior head coaching experience.
Which was Pat Shermer.
And you got a guy now who's been with one team for 18.
Yeah, and functional and capable and a CEO. It's everything you would hope.
It's
everything you would hope.
It's exactly what you wanted, and it's the best of what was available.
That's
right.
right.
You got the best. You got the best of all the things you were looking for, outside of obviously having a tie to the offense. This was the best. That was the best in the market, and you got it.
Yeah, thank God. Ira, Staten Island. Ira, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Good morning, Dave. As a friend, I want to congratulate you. Enjoy it. I hear it in your voice.
Thank you.
I'm very envious and jealous of you. The Giants have always been the top team in New York. They'll always be the top team in New York because the Jets are dysfunctional. You took care of business. You did what you have to do. Sit back, enjoy it, relax. And you know what the best part about this is, Dave? You don't have to worry about a staff or assistant coaches because anybody he brings in is going to be more than qualified. Monken is a great offensive coordinator. So you guys, the arrow is pointing up. And I compare this to just like Parcells saves the Jets, Harbaugh's going to save the Giants.
Yeah, I think that. Hopefully there's going to be a good comparison. Now, and thanks for the call, Ira. Parcells was a nomad, right? Parcells stayed nowhere for that length of time. I think that his longest tenure was with the Giants from 83 through the second Super Bowl. But Harbaugh's had stability. But you're right. Like when the Jets brought in Bill Parcells, and they were brutal. It was a bad football team. He gave an immediate credibility and respect to that franchise. And I think you'll get something very similar from John Harbaugh.
Right, but also a sense of confidence that like even early on, if it doesn't look how you want it to look, that they'll figure it out. Right? Like, I mean, you run the risk when you hire a coordinator that has no head coaching experience. He doesn't have a track record. Like, as much as Aaron Glenn wants to say that I've been a part of these things, yeah, you were a part of it, but you weren't responsible for it. Like, you were a piece of it, but you weren't the head coach. Like, Dan Campbell was the head coach of the Lions. So I don't know if he can. I would say right now he can't. But John Harbaugh has that. You know what I mean? He steps in that locker room, and the second he opens his mouth, he has everyone's attention because of what he's achieved. And that's huge because things, again, like it may not be as seamless as you hope. Maybe it is, but I mean, there's a better chance that it's not. That it's not going to be what the Patriots did, right? It's going to be a slower burn than that,
which is fine.
Again, and you'll feel good about it because you know that you have a coach that's had the ultimate success,
right? Continued success,
right? Consistent success. I mean, that's sustainable success, which is something like we just talked about earlier that you haven't had.
No.
You'll have a pop, and then you'll stink. You'll pop again, then you'll stink.
Right. And it's not only like you pop and then you stink. You pop and you stink for a long period of time.
Right.
And then you had a quick pop and then you stink for another
right.
long
The
period
wheels
of time.
fall off, though. It's like the wheels fall completely off. Right? I mean, we went from 9-7 to now, I mean, 3 wins and 4 wins.
Right.
Like, how could it get worse? Oh, well, there it is. That's how it gets worse.
We talk about Tomlin all the time, and what he's done never being below 500 is amazing. But Harbaugh was there for 18 years and was below 500 3 times, and 2 of the 3 were 8-9. So
I mean, and the thing, too, is that especially in this sport with all the injuries and everything else, like how often you lose pieces and still being able to, look at the start they got off to. Everyone thought they were done. And they still, by week 18, put themselves in a position to win a game and win the division.
It is remarkable. Let's go to Dave in Westchester. Dave, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, I just want to say congratulations there, Dave. And I do really believe, it's silly, but I believe you did have something to do with this. I mean, I only listen to you guys' radio station, so I don't know what's going on in these other radio stations, but you talking about this day in and day out, I'm sure Mara got an earful of that stuff.
You'd have to figure, right?
You. I really believe. I'm not saying that to make you feel good. I'm ecstatic. I'm not going to say that he's better than Gibbs and Walsh and Lombardi and blah, 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 but we got a coach that really knows what the heck he's doing. And I'm the only one who really thinks they have a good team. It's not just, Jackson Dart's not there. We're not talking about him. He's the main piece. But I really believe they have a good team. They could have won it with a nobody coach. I'm looking for something like 8-9 wins next year. Who knows? Maybe 10. And then the following year, they're in the playoffs. And the following year, we're battling for a Super Bowl. If it happens quicker than that, that'd be great. But congratulations. I'm ecstatic.
I don't know how you couldn't.
It's monumental. It's monumental to me. That's the way I look at it.
Dave, thanks for the call and all the kind words. Rick, honestly, and I'm sure there are some people out there that feel like this, I don't know how you couldn't be ecstatic.
I think that, listen, we haven't got one phone call that would tell you otherwise. I'm sure there's some people
on the line before. I didn't get to him quickly enough, and his was a negative connotation. RJ, when you talked to that guy and you put him on hold, and we didn't get to him, and now he's gone. What was his take?
I think he had some concerns that Baltimore got rid of him for a reason. Like maybe this is the guy that's, you throw this kind of money at somebody, and you start throwing around 100 M's for 5 years, and is he taking the job? I don't want to say for the right reason. This is more his take than mine.
No, I don't agree with this at all.
I think he just had concerns. Why?
But if there was any thought that once he was let go by Baltimore, that he was going to take a year off, right? Even if it wasn't TV, it was, I want to spend time with my family. I'd like to relax, live my life a little bit. And then you got a Phil Jackson situation where it's like, I don't want to do it, but well, what if we offer you, $100 million? Well, I guess for $100 million, like that wasn't the case. He wanted a coach. Like he went through the process, came up with the 3 teams that he felt best about. The Giants were the top of that list. And now this is the job that he wanted, and this is the job that he got.
Yeah, I think that, and listen, they're not the same age. He's 10 years older, or 11, I guess. But the name Pete Carroll was brought up. Like, are we sure that we're still going to get the best years? Are we paying for past success?
When was the last time Pete Carroll was good?
5 years ago.
Yeah, okay. So it feels like maybe I don't want to say the game has passed him by, but it doesn't feel like this version of Pete Carroll was the prior version. John Harbaugh's team was done this year and fought their way back and were a field goal away from winning the division again in a down season.
I'm with you. It's not that's not my opinion, but yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I think you find negatives with anything, though, if you choose to be negative about
anything.
Like, you can nitpick at anything. Right? I'm having a hard time today finding any negatives with you because you've been great.
Me?
Yeah,
but those guys.
Yeah, I'm sure those guys are. I'm sure those guys, when they shut the microphones off, are saying nasty things about you because that's just who they are as people.
Listen, I'm not the one.
I don't appreciate your tone.
I'm not the one.
I just got an email from Neil in Manhattan.
Armstrong?
Well, I don't know.
The actual Neil Armstrong.
But he said Raymond is trying to suffocate fun today.
How so?
RJ is attempting to murder it.
I gave you the song that inspired your scatting. How am I suffocating fun?
You didn't do that to inspire scatting. You're like, hey, this is a nice song. I'll give it to them.
And look what you did
to the level it went to.
You don't get to that level without me.
We get it. Dave is great.
I don't like
you know what, RJ?
We understand.
Of all people to be so dismissive and defiant and nasty this week, who are you to act like this?
By the way, Pete Carroll's last 5 years, 11 in Seattle, 11-5, 12-4, 7-10, 9-8, 9-8.
Listen, I didn't yell at you at 6:07. Someone on the show did.
Don't bring that back.
Listen, it happened.
You see what they do?
Cite truth.
Okay, but it's the facts.
No. But
RJ and I didn't yell at you. Rick did.
Oh, someone's got to keep him in check. Got to keep him in check a little bit.
It was 6:07.
Bravo to you guys. Because now you feel like you're under the gun, and instead of just admitting your foibles and your mistakes, now you're going to try to pit me against Rick.
You could have just left us alone. You could have just left us alone, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Listen, today I told you it's a franchise-saving day. Had you all your chips from the middle, had you lost this race to the Falcons or, God forbid, the Titans, this would have been a permanent letter grade downgrade on the New York Giants as a franchise.
Yes. They would no longer be the New York Giants.
Look what you did. You caused the heartbreak to another team. I saw the Titans had the plane ready to go. They were all going to fly to Baltimore.
Nobody cares about
They were all going to fly to Baltimore. It was happening. And you
you'll
stole
remember
their
the
joy.
Titans.
You'll remember the Titans. Another email rolls in. Come on, Ray and RJ. Climb on board the fun train, fellas. Scat, 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 scat. Bebop, a woobop. Scat, scat, scat.
Sounds fun. I got to tell you.
Why don't you guys get up off your chairs and do a little dancing scatting? Like, really let loose.
What does that entail?
Getting up off your chair. I don't know. Yeah, have some fun once in a while. I don't know.
You first.
I already scatted.
I want you to dance on the chair. Actually, don't do it.
You're not going to see me if I dance on the chair.
Actually,
and there's a chance I'm not wearing any pants or underwear right now.
Raymond is probably a very good chance.
Which means he is not wearing pants right now.
That's right. Okay.
Are you not wearing pants?
I don't have pants on right now. No.
Oh dear God.
Why wear pants?
There's a chance.
Why wear pants?
Like why? I like to be comfortable.
What'd you say, RJ?
I said there's some excited people on the line to talk to you.
Probably something unfun.
Let's go out to L.A. and bring in Jonathan. Good morning, Jonathan.
Hey, Dave. How's it going? You know what? As a Falcon fan, I really wanted John Harbaugh, but since he's going to the Giants, and if that means that we're going to get Dave back this happy, scatting and wanting to get naked mid-show, and then you got Rick over there trying to poop a duck out there. Come on, Raymond and RJ, wake up, man. Join the party, fellas.
Join the party.
Let's scat, shall we?
Yeah, you want to scat, John?
I'm sorry?
You want to do a little quick scat?
Sure, why not? Come on, Raymond and RJ, join the party, bud. Yeah.
Go ahead, give me the scat, John. I'll leave the floor to you. I won't interrupt.
Scat that titty doo. Scat that titty doo. Scat that titty doo. Let's go. We got Dave back, fellas. Come on.
Yeah, come on. Thank you, John. Come on, RJ. Can't you celebrate? You got Dave back.
I didn't think I was ever at risk of losing him.
I quit sports last Monday.
Yeah,
that was fraudulent. That was clearly fraudulent.
I'm happy you're back.
You guys are miserable.
You don't mean that.
Who's not miserable? This is a great man. Chris and Bethpage. Chris, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Yeah, Dave cannot be happier. I'm 62-year-old. We've had Giant season tickets in my family since 1958. My father got them. We all have them. Just that alone, the value of my Giant tickets now. Like, I couldn't get rid of the tickets last year. I mean, I'm just saying. It was like, it's just in that alone. But I'm going to say this, too. Harbaugh, besides bringing everything he's bringing, for crying out loud, we're finally going to have a good special teams. You know, I mean, just think of how many games we lost because of our kicking game, our special teams, things like that. I don't have to worry about anymore.
Well, didn't Baltimore just lose a
competent guy in
a game because of a kick?
Yeah, they did.
This was the best time to bring that up.
Do you think we're going to have a kicker that's going to stub his toe into the ground against the Patriots? I mean, and just think about it. We have as much talent as any team in the league, and I said that.
I don't know about that.
All right, now we're getting crazy.
Yeah, I don't.
Now we're getting crazy.
No, we're not. No,
now
we're
not.
So you think the Giants and Seahawks have the similar level of talent?
I'll say this. Okay, let me say this. Okay, we've greatly improved our offensive line. We were between 9 and 12 the whole year in offensive line. Okay. We have Burns on defense, okay, considered by many one of the top guys in the league, okay?
Chris,
we have a good young quarterback.
I'm not saying the Giants don't have any talent. I think the offensive line had a very nice season. I think Burns was a great player. You can't compare the lack of talent the Giants have in comparison to some of the teams that have tremendous talent.
But wait a second. When healthy, Dave, I know it's a big if, when healthy. I get it. We don't have depth. We do not have depth. But Malik Neighbors is as good a wide receiver as there is. Tracy's run for 1,000 yards the last couple of years. I mean, we got Scatterboo, got a good young quarterback. I'm just saying, I don't like this thing. You know, every game we played last year, we were competitive.
Have you seen, Chris, I appreciate that you're excited and everything else. I mean, you mentioned Tracy and Scatterboo, and I just off the top of my head, the Detroit Lions. Gibbs and Montgomery. I mean, come on, man. St. Brown. You don't have some of the most talent in the NFL. You don't.
Rick, I was at the game last year. I drove out to Detroit with my son for that game. And let me tell you something. We were every bit as good as them, and I was sitting around Detroit
All right,
Lions
that's
fans.
it. I can't do it. Chris, we love you. I can't do it. You're not as talented as the Lions.
No,
your offense is not as talented as the Lions' offense. I don't want to hear it.
The Eagles, who you smashed this year, you're not. You're not as talented as I mean, you're more talented than you showed. The problem is, though, you have no depth. And he's like, well, if some of your guys get hurt, but guys always get hurt in the NFL.
Right, but that's part of it, though. That's part of
being.
That's part of the whole you're accumulating enough talent where guys are going to get hurt.
What? Look at the Niners. They don't have anybody healthy, and they still somehow find a way to win a playoff game. Right? I mean, when Paulson and Debo left the Giants secondary, the entire secondary fell apart.
Yeah, listen, I'm happy everyone's excited.
I'm excited too. But at least be a little real. I'm trying to be realistic. I'm not going to sit here and tell you 13 wins. I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Giants are as talented as any team in the NFL. I think if you're a Giants fan, you should be tremendously excited because you have the head coach, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. But to sit here and say the Giants are now on par with the elite teams in the NFL is just premature. They're not yet.
I thought it would take a couple more months before we started getting phone calls like that, but hey, good for Giants fans for being excited.
They're excited. And again, when you get excited, you kind of lose your composure a little bit, right? You just go nuts. But it feels a little premature for that. Mike in Baltimore. Interesting. Mike, good morning. You're on ESPN New York.
Excited about what, Dave? About John Harbaugh? That he just got escorted out. I'm a lifelong Giants fan.
Mm-hmm.
Born and raised. One of the greatest moments of my entire life was obviously the Eli Manning Super Bowl beating the undefeated Patriots team. But what are you excited about, Dave? About John Harbaugh? That's so confusing because we couldn't usher him out of it. The amount of talent that he had, the amount of talent. Like you guys, I know Rick. I know you guys both agree. Like these Raven teams were stacked, loaded with talent, and he wasn't even able to get to a Super Bowl. And Mike Tomlin
this
owned
current
him.
incarnation, but it's amazing.
Mike Tomlin owns
so
him.
do you put any of the blame on the players, or you just put the entirety of the blame on the coach?
No, because I'm just saying that he's in Baltimore. I'm telling you the narrative. He's a fraud because of the level of talent that he had, that he couldn't even reach the pinnacle. Like literally, like this guy.
Yeah,
had
but how
Lamar
many
Jackson.
coaches?
That was
But how
Ozzie
many
Newsome.
coaches? But Mike, how many coaches in the AFC have reached the pinnacle that you think are good coaches? Like, I mean, recently, how many coaches? It's been one coach. It's been Andy Reid.
Andy Reid won almost exclusively. Cincinnati got by them one time, and now we're gonna sit here and we're gonna crush him. He went 10-6, 14-2, 11-5, 10-7, 13-4, 12-5. Did they underperform in the postseason? Maybe. You know what? Let's fast forward 7 years down the road. I want to have the conversation of, oh my God, the Giants lost again in the NFC Championship game. How disappointing that is.
Right, like let's get to that point. But I mean, then he brings up Mike Tomlin owns him. But well, how is Mike Tomlin doing in the postseason then? I mean, recently John Harbaugh has more postseason wins than Mike Tomlin does.
Yeah.
Like what's Tomlin's 0 for his last 7 in the playoffs?
He's 13-11 in the postseason. I mean, was it his fault that what's-his-face Mark Andrews dropped a ball that was in his chest? Or the other side of that, it wasn't a very good throw. Is that his fault?
No, it's not his fault.
Is it his fault that Zay Flowers couldn't? Is his fault that sometimes in the big games you don't get the best version of Lamar Jackson?
No, listen, it's all of it, though. It's not just the coach. It's not just the players. It's everybody. I'm sure there are things during the course of those playoff games that John Harbaugh wishes he did differently. Right? I mean, he's a kicker. I mean, should he have taken a knee? Should he have run a play? He had a timeout.
I'm not saying he's perfect.
Right, but the numbers would tell you in that situation, do I want to – I mean, the kicker had missed the kick. So do I want to risk taking a penalty, moving us back? No, so you try the kick. Kicker doesn't execute it, you lose.
This is like the Jets acquiring Lamar Jackson, and people calling us being like, yeah, but he hasn't been great in the postseason. Oh, yeah. You know what?
Right,
let me get there, please.
Right, this is no joke. This is when I was on vacation with my buddies and my brother was on the vacation, and we went from New York to Vancouver to fish, and then from Vancouver...
Bluefish?
No, salmon fishing. Then to Vegas, and the entire time we're staying at like all the nicest places. We're flying first class. We're leaving from Vegas. I think we're leaving from Vegas, and this is like a full week in Vegas, back to New York for first class, and he wasn't sitting in the same row as us. Like it was like me and Pete, Such and whatever. And he legitimately had a nervous breakdown as we're checking in and said to the lady, I always get the worst of the best. And I almost punched him in the face. Seriously, like I was like, you just got John Harbaugh. Like if you're the Jets, you would have just gotten Lamar Jackson. Like you have the best available, and it is a million times better than what. Right, then you had
eating like pita chips and said like, oh man, I can't believe that I have to sit in a bad row in first class.
Right, it's like I mean you're walking through the desert and someone offers you water and you're like, I only drink sparkling. I mean it's a million times better than what you've just recently had. You've won 7 games in 2 years, and 3 of those 7 games you didn't want to win anyway.
This guy has one season. So the Giants the last 2 years have won, what, 3 and 4 games, respectively? Yeah. His worst season in 18 was 5. Worst season. And after that was 8.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you I don't know what to tell you if you're not happy about this.
Whatever. You can be unhappy. But I just know that most Giants fans are excited and happy. And this is a guy from Baltimore. You know what? Because he's probably been poisoned by what they say in Baltimore. Time to move on. You know what? If the Jets got Mike Tomlin, would you go crazy right now?
Crazy.
They couldn't stand him in Pittsburgh.
That's part of the reason why he probably felt like he wanted to leave. You know what happened, though? I'll tell you what's happening here. I bet Mike called, excited, got on the phone with RJ.
And RJ wouldn't scat.
Sucked the life right out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And now all of a sudden he's angry.
RJ, you see what you're doing to the
This is quite sad.
This is what happened.
I got an email from Joe Green. It says, RJ and Ray take the F and the U right out of fun.
So it's just N?
You guys suck today.
Barry B. I thought RJ was a bigger man than he's been today, but I guess not. You can judge a book by his cover.
You did that on purpose.
How fraudulent?
You did that on purpose.
How fraudulent would it feel to have that kind of celebration for a team. I'm opening the path to you.
You can't celebrate with me. You know what? If the Niners somehow beat the Seahawks,
I wouldn't expect you to.
I would be so excited for you on Monday,
and I'm excited for you. But
not
I will
enough to scat.
Listen,
definitely not.
This is your day. You handle all the scatting.
RJ, it's like you're asking, like we asked you to do like whipped cream shooters out of our belly buttons. So all you got to do is scat for 2 seconds.
No,
take it too far.
He's scared of the scat. He's terrified of the scat.
It feels fraudulent. It's not my team. I'm happy for
I
you.
know, but it's but we're your team.
No,
but
it's crossing a line. It's crossing a line. I'm not comfortable crossing.
Disgust me today.
One thing,
all of a sudden you have morals.
One thing about us here, we don't do phony things for reaction.
I am thrilled for your team.
We're authentic.
If you missed out on John Harbaugh, you compared it earlier to a stock. You were. I'm not saying you were going to zero, but you were going way down. Arrow was sinking.
Plummeting.
But not you went the other way. You bounced. Now here we go. To the moon, as the kids say.
Neil Armstrong.
And I couldn't be. Yeah, Neil's walking on the moon. You're walking on the moon. It's all happening.
We're all going to have Tang for lunch today.
There's 2 guys named Jordan coming on the show. It's all happening.
You're going to go right in your diaper.
Maybe I will. I might be like that woman astronaut who just drives around in a diaper.
She wanted to commit murder, Dave.
Well, I don't want to do that.
I think that was part of her premeditated plan, so she wouldn't have to make stops, though, Dave.
Right. Maybe I don't want to make. Maybe I just power through to the end of the show with no stops.
Or we could
listen. As long as you don't commit a murder, okay?
Or we could stop now.
That'd be nice too.
We should probably do that. Let's stop now. Take a break. Come back. Jordan RAANAN, Giants beat reporter, on the other side, right here on ESPN New York. All right, let's see what's happening on the roads. Here is Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. I've got some nuggets of info for you this morning. Watch for delays on the Palisades Parkway North exit 14 at the Stony Point with a collision. Traffic slowing down Newburgh, Beacon Bridge into Beacon. Accident being cleared. FDR Drive southbound heavy through the 100s with a collision. Delays back by the RFK Bridge. And watch for slowdowns this morning. Inbound George 20, Lincoln 20, Holland 30. Sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline, 877-MAD-HELP, or visit mad.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN, New York.
It's Chuck Devine with snowcountry.com. Find out what you need and get projects done from the brands you trust at prices you'll love. Lowe's, we help, you save. Much colder, snowier weather moving in for Thursday. Not a whole lot of snow, so our conditions are flipping over to groomed, loose end, frozen, granular. It'll be the groomer's job to churn up that snow and make it smooth and loose as we head to the 3-day holiday weekend. Regardless of how things look in your neighborhood, the coverage on the ski trails is very strong thanks to all the snowmaking they've done this season. Shawnee Mountains, 90%. Camelback, PA, Mountain Creek, New Jersey, both on 39 trails. All 3 skiing, riding, and snow tubing day and night. Bel Air in the Catskills, Gore Mountain in the Adirondacks, both trail numbers in the 50s. They'll ski mostly groomed, loose, and frozen granular, and Whiteface cashed in on some fresh snow. Mohawk, Connecticut, and Butternut in the Berkshires, both on 20 trails with snow tubing this weekend.
You don't just ski or ride, you dominate. At Killington, we fuel your adventure. Be the beast. Ski and ride Killington.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you can put your sports IQ to work on the games you know best. It's not you against the house. It's you participating in a live market. Buy or sell your predictions all game long. Trade every play with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
When a trophy is raised, it can feel like the season's over. But on the ESPN app, it never really is. Because with more than 47,000 live events, plus originals, highlights, and coverage from every corner of the sports world, there's always something to dive into. No off-season, just everything a fan needs to keep going. Always in season. Get all of ESPN all in one place. Download the ESPN app on your TV or phone today.
Quiet down. Here she comes. Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one 50% off and every day 0% financing. Some restrictions may apply. See store for details. Offer ends January 31st, 2026.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
All right, DNR with you, ESPN New York, and we continue with the Harbaugh updates brought to you by Wild Fork. John Harbaugh on the verge of becoming the next head coach of the New York Football Giants. That update brought to you by Wild Fork, your number one choice for meat and seafood. You look a lot better this morning than you did last night, Jordan. You look like you hadn't slept for a very long time. You look terrific this morning. How are you?
What are you talking about last night?
We were watching you this morning on SportsCenter from last night, and it looked like you had been in a bender maybe. Yeah, you were.
I was sleeping. I was sleeping. That's I had to wake up in the middle. I heard my phone buzzing a bunch.
You sure that was your phone?
I turned to my wife. So my office is connected with French doors.
Of course it is.
Connected to the bedroom. And I said to my wife, and this was 1 o'clock-ish, and I'm like, listen, can you go sleep in the guest room? I'm gonna have to do some live TV in here.
Yes. You did it in the bedroom?
So no, my office is connected to the bedroom, so you got to turn the lights on. There's
you
French
sent
doors
your wife into another room?
She wasn't going to want to sit there and listen to me do TV hits.
Wow. Anyway, you look great. We're thrilled to have you on. We're going to ask you to scat with us. What's happening?
I said dawn of a new day for you, right?
I mean, come on. Be serious now for a second. How excited should Giants fans be this morning?
You should be very excited. I mean, what it does is it gives the team legitimacy, right? They were 7-27 the past 2 years. You now have a head coach that basically has never really lost consistently ever, right? He's been a winner ever since he became a head coach. So to have that, knowing with some good young players and good young pieces, which I believe here was probably the biggest selling point that the Giants had, including Jackson Dart, who met one-on-one yesterday, I was told, with John Harbaugh for 2 hours, just the two of them. You don't think that was a big part of it? Like, that was a huge part of this situation, is the fact that Jackson Dart was there. Like, John Harbaugh was doing research on which team had the best quarterback situation leading up to, which team he picked for his meetings. And then you get the first meeting. The Giants obviously went all out. So you got to be happy about that, right? I mean, all this talk about them and Joe Shane and this and that in the search, like, they went all out and said, this is our guy, and we're going to get him at all costs, and they did it.
Are you surprised it happened as quickly as it happened? Did you think that, like, he'd go, he'd sit with them, they'd put him through, exactly what the plan was going to be, and then he'd still go meet with Tennessee and Atlanta?
I did. They were very adamant about, going and making those other meetings, but I think when he got home, right, last night, probably like 10 and 11 o'clock-ish it was, they talked it through, and they said, listen, we're really wasting everyone else's time if we go do this. Okay, sure, it's just like a token meeting, but this is the spot that we kind of want to be in. Let's go make it happen.
Do you have any idea? You may not know yet, like, how it's going to work with personnel. Like I'm sure Harbaugh is going to be involved, but is he going to win if there were to be a power struggle with Joe Shane? Like, who would be able to eventually win that, or is that not kind of come to fruition yet?
I mean, I don't think it's come to fruition, but Dave, do we really need to? If you're setting up a hypothetical scenario like that, you have a guy who's making 5 years and $100 million over here. You have a GM who just went 7-27 over here. If there's a push and a pull, we know who's going to win that, right? I don't even think that's debatable. I don't think you're going to find anyone that'll say it's not going to go that way. So, yeah, if that's the case, but my understanding is to this point that hasn't been the case. So, I don't foresee that being the case, at least as of now. Maybe that changes. Maybe there's further discussions that go on down the line. But, John Harbaugh is the main piece of the New York Giants franchise right now. He is the leader of the franchise. Whether Joe Shea may be the general manager, but the Giants have always been a top-down organization that funnels down. Ownership, GM oversees the head coach and reports to ownership, and then there's the head coach. That has changed, right? That setup is no longer existent. John Harbaugh just is about to sign a 5-year, $100 million deal, at least in that range. That changed.
Jordan RAANAN joins us here on the show. Jordan, see how I pronounce your name? Dave,
you're
right. Your best buddy just says Jordan RAANAN. Like, he doesn't even take
easier. And Jordan, have you not told me in the past? Just say RAANAN is fine.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Well, I choose the right way, which is maybe the more difficult way, but that, according to my personality.
Right. Did you also choose
Jordan, you know what I could do?
Cut off, by the way.
What?
No, I'm not choosing to do that. I'm choosing to have let you be in the middle square, okay? Because you're our guest.
The top of your head is cut off. Am I wrong?
I'll show you. My head's right here, Jordan.
You know what I could do, Jordan?
On my screen.
I mean, he gets your name right. I could start to make fun of all your body parts. Would you prefer that?
All right, let me ask.
Look, Dave's the favorite. You can't do anything about it, Rick. You can kiss as much as you want. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
right. Obviously. Mm-hmm. All right, so the most important, you were just talking about it, right? Again, he did the research on, I'm sure, Cam Ward and Jackson Dart. It sounds like Monken's coming with him. How are you feeling about Monken being the offensive coordinator?
Look, he had some success with Lamar Jackson. I think it's a good move. I mean, it's a guy who's very well respected. I was speaking to Dan Orlovsky yesterday when I was at ESPN, and he was a big fan of Monken. So I think he thought that would be a good move. Like, if that's something the Giants could do. So yeah, I think that's going to help. I mean, you needed obviously that's a big part of this. Everybody that went in there had to say and give their plan for what they wanted to do with Jackson Dart. And so Todd Monken, I think, is a pretty good plan. And he's worked with a quarterback who is mobile and running and using that to the best of their ability. Now, it kind of fell apart this year, and then maybe the relationship wasn't as strong. I think he admitted that, Monken. Like, he didn't do a great job in that regard and needed to do better, and everybody needed to do better in that regard. But he has a track record and a history of being successful with a quarterback. And I don't want to say Jackson Dart is Lamar Jackson, but he does have some similar skills.
So we have people all morning call a playoff team, 10-win team. This is going to be great, immediate turnaround. I know we don't know what's going to happen this offseason. Guys are going to bring in the way the draft is going to go. But, like, early stages, what do you think is realistic? Like, should we think 8 wins? Should we think this could be a playoff team? Like, where should the thought of the Giants fan be the day of this happening?
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. I don't think we should just automatically skyrocket to them. They should definitely be in the playoffs. Like, this is a team that went 3-14 and 4-13. They still have a lot of holes that need to get fixed. I think it takes some time. We've seen teams make the jump, but I just think competitive around 500, I think, is still a realistic expectation, and then you build next year to be a series. Like that should be the goal. Don't just try to be, all right, we got our coach, we want to be a serious contender this year. Yeah, sure, if it works out and that's the way it goes, that's fine. But you should look to say, okay, next year is the year we really should be in position to be a serious contender, the second year.
Jordan, being around the building all the time. I mean, it got to, by the time the season ended, you had, Darius Slayton say it. I mean, Gunnar Olszewski was talking about just like they were begging for a coach more like Tom Coughlin. Like just being around it. Was it that easy? I don't know if I want to say country club because that's so, that's like the worst thing you want to say about a place. But
I said that. I mean, I've said I said it publicly. I said the phrase country club. Yeah, I thought it was like that. So to a degree. Even practices, they practice less than most teams. Like John Harbaugh, by the way, and Andy Reid's like this, and he's an Andy Reid, should I say disciple again? Or disciple?
You actually said the word disciple on the air, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he did.
I don't think – no, it wasn't here, by the way. It wasn't.
It doesn't matter where you said it?
It wasn't on the radio show. It did. It came out accidentally.
Disciple.
It did.
So go ahead. So he's an Andy Reid disciple, yeah?
Yeah, and they practice super hard, and they're tough on their guys, and there's discipline. And you're right. I talked to a bunch of guys that told me, like, this team needed that. Like, they thought they actually needed a voice that not just, like, can command the room, but has the cachet and, like, can stand up there knowing, okay, this guy won a Super Bowl. This guy's been a champion. This guy has a winning pedigree. Like he demands respect just by his resume, right? And you saw that with the Giants. And a couple of league sources actually told me that over the past week. Like as this process started and has gone on, it became abundantly clear pretty early that they were going to hire a head coach with previous coaching experience. Like that was just going to be such a big advantage because they felt like they needed that to fix the organization.
How involved, because we know the Mara family's always involved, and Chris went down to Baltimore, and John was able to make the meeting, which I think was pretty big. How involved is the Tisch side of this thing now? It sounds like more involved than they've kind of ever been.
Yeah, Steve was very involved in this search and this push for John Harbaugh. I know everybody, we heard this person called, John Harbaugh, this person, I know Joe Shane had conversations with him. I heard Steve Tisch had conversations with him, too, in the lead-up. Like, he was really pushing hard to get John Harbaugh. The fact that he was in the building consistently also and part of the interviews, like in the past he's been part of some of them when he was been around and not all of them. He came in to get the final approval, I believe, on the Joe Judge one. So, yeah, the fact that he's been around more, and also I think it was kind of unanimous. And that's why you saw the second it opened. John Harbaugh was clearly their number one choice. They all agreed, all right, this is the guy. We need to go get this guy. And they put on the full court press from there. Everybody talking to him, everybody calling him, everybody making their best pitch, giving him basically all the resources that he needs in regards to staff, support staff, structure of the organization internally. They've given him all these promises that those things are going to or are capable of happening. And so hopefully you see a changed organization because, as somebody told me, Dave, like John Harbaugh, a couple people actually said this to me. People who've worked in Baltimore, people who know that organization well, like that when he went into that organization, when he went to visit, he was going to be like, wow, there's a lot of things we need to do to catch up to places like Baltimore. Just in regards to everything. I'm talking like video program, analytics, like just the way they operate. Like the Giants are not at the Ravens are known to be at a level near the top of the league. The Giants are not. So I think that's something we can expect to change here as we move forward with the Giants is really an advancement of where the organization is. I mean, Joe Shane has done that to some degree, but I think it's going to be taken to a new level.
That was actually something Bart was talking about yesterday, the amount of money that Bisciotti just he dumps into the facility and all those different things.
Jordan, I heard they actually so their facility is really nice, that they even just upgraded their facility recently.
Yeah, they dumped more money into it. This feels like it's a morbid question, but I feel like it needs to be asked just with the circumstances up at the very top. Is it safe to assume that Chris Mara is going to be the one that kind of ends up being the one that's running things?
Yeah, I think that's what we learned from this search is that Chris Mara is taking a much bigger role. Like, we kind of knew that, but this was the evidence that we actually saw it. Like, he was the guy that was representing the ownership, that was representing the Mara family on road trips this season. He's always been around the building pretty consistently. Like, he comes in, you see his car in the parking spot when we walk in, you walk right by it. Like, so he's been around, but I think this is evidence that he's going to be playing a bigger role now moving forward, and he's likely the succession plan if something were to happen to John. But John Mara, by the way, played a big role in this. I checked a couple days ago, but he was in every interview, I was told. Like, the fact that, he's going through treatment or whatever he's going through on a daily basis, yet he was in every single interview, just shows you to the degree that John Mara was still part of this search and is still part of this organization and a big part of like how they operate. So definitely
you must
notable.
be excited, right? I mean, just as someone that covers the team on a day in, day out basis, it's not going to be the slop of the Giants, a laughing stock of the NFL anymore.
I mean, it's good for my business.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes me relevant. I was up in Bristol yesterday, and they're like, yeah, if they get the John Harbaugh, your role's gonna be a lot bigger. Like that. That's basically what happens at ESPN. I mean, I tried, guys, yesterday to get you that Harbaugh was in the building before the show was over.
No, you did great. You did great. Actually, someone was asking me because I said that Jordan texted us before. But even if we were still on the air, I was going to text you back and be like, "Can we go with this on air?" Because I don't want to, break a loyalty.
So
to
I
you.
sent it to you and hope, like, knowing that we're putting it out. So I was like, the second it was going to go out, like, at least we sent it to the news desk. I was going to say you can go with it and try to get it in. I think I texted you. It was like 9:55 or 9:56 or something. So I was trying my hardest to make sure it got in like at the very last second, but just
we know how you feel about us, and we feel the same way about you. I
appreciate you guys.
Any concern now with like this extra attention with Harbaugh, and you'll be up in Bristol that you could have another one of those moments?
See why I don't like
Why?
it? You see like Dave, like literally all you have to do is not be a absolutely horrible, terrible person.
Right.
And you're gonna be my favorite here.
Right.
Like literally, the bar is so low. I was on NFL Live yesterday, and I did not have as Rick
Nor
likes to
would I
call it,
think
a
you
seizure.
would. Jordan, you are the ultimate pro. You are as dialed in as anybody that does this role for any team in the NFL. And I'll tell you what, I would go to battle with you against anybody.
See?
Anybody.
That's how you do it. You don't take personal shots at me.
Yeah.
Rick.
I do
That's how
find
you
it.
do
I
it.
do find it a little strange that your office is connected to your bedroom. I find that interesting.
Why?
I've never seen that.
So here's the deal. It was a sitting room.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And so it's big. I mean, you want a quick look?
Yeah, let me see. Give me a little tour of the office.
Give us a tour.
So it's not small.
Oh,
like
wow.
My wife has a desk here. I have a desk here, a bookshelf, a TV, and then there's the French doors.
What else you filming there?
That leads into the bedroom where all the action happens.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know who has like the sitting room is like the biggest waste of a room of all time.
That's a giant sitting room, though.
It is. It's huge.
Nice.
It's over the garage, though, so it's freezing.
Oh.
It's like literally 20 degrees in here.
All right, as great as this conversation is, Jordan, we got a tour of the RAANAN estate, which is just wonderful. Jordan, thank you. Keep us posted. Keep those texts rolling in, and we'd love to have you on at any point to give us any updates with, we can say it again, Big Blue.
There you go. I will. The next thing will be, Dave, that I'll be texting you about is who the defensive coordinator candidates are.
Any ideas right now?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay.
Let's save that for another day.
Very good. Jordan, thanks, man.
You got it, guys.
All right. There you have it. What'd you have to be so mean to him for?
I wasn't mean to him. We got a nice tour of the office. I thought that was nice.
Felt a little mean.
Yeah, probably not my finest moment, but again, I mean, I'm a product of my environment, and
here we go.
And right now, the two of the four people I'm surrounded by, two of the three people, are real negative today. What am I supposed to do?
I wouldn't think act like that.
I have you, but then I have these other two animals.
The worst moment you've ever had in your professional career, Jordan. Don't replicate that.
I just want him to be better. It's a big opportunity for him.
Years ago,
right? But he almost choked himself to death on the radio. Right? He almost died on the radio.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I'm not
right.
going to argue that. But
Wouldn't you think that a real friend, a true friend, would avoid conversation about like his worst moments ever?
Probably. Listen, it could be jealousy that he likes you. I mean, you're his favorite. That could be part of it.
Everyone likes you better than me.
He likes you better than me.
Well, he's because I'm a big Giants fan. He covers the Giants. We're friends. He likes you.
I know he likes me. I'd like him too. I don't think if I didn't like him, I wouldn't point stuff out like that.
But
Jordan's great.
Could you imagine what this guy has to do? He wakes up, he goes to work, and every day for years he's worked with a team that is dysfunctional.
How about Samini?
Yeah, well, that's just.
I mean, what are we talking about? What are we talking about?
That's just. He's been there for 35 years.
Yeah, that poor guy. He's grinding every day.
Oh, poor Samini. And every day you talk to me like, how are you? Is it great? Like he's happy-go-lucky, right?
You do what you
more
love.
Excited about life.
Hey, do what you love. He gets caught. He covers an NFL football team.
I know, but that's so bad, so consistently bad. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, and we will dive into the Giants' new head coach. Don't shake your head at me. It's important stuff. It's DNR with you on ESPN New York.
Health surprises can change your life in an instant. You've seen it happen to others, but it doesn't have to be your story. At Princeton Longevity Center, we customize actionable and proactive health plans to maximize your lifespan and take control of your health. Our Cancer Check program combines cutting-edge technology with top medical expertise to keep you ahead of potential risks. With advanced full-body imaging, genetic testing, and multi-cancer detection blood tests, we look for even the earliest signs of problems. Results are analyzed by expert physicians who craft a personalized plan to safeguard your future. You're not just a patient, you're a partner in your health journey, backed by a team committed to helping you live longer, healthier, and more vibrantly. Our programs have saved hundreds of lives and empowered countless others to take control of their health. Be proactive with your health for the ultimate peace of mind. Call 888-8000-PLC or visit PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience and proof that movies can bring us together. And now it's the winner of the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The College Football Playoff National Championship. Let's go! The magical run by the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes continues.
There's no bad play, no bad call, no injury that we can't overcome.
When they faced a top-ranked and undefeated Indiana Hoosiers.
All I can say is go IU and
Number 10 Miami versus number 1 Indiana.
Coverage begins Monday night at 6:30 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. Really? That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is DiPietro and Rothenberg.
The New York Giants and John Harbaugh are now finalizing an agreement to make him the next head coach of the New York Giants.
Revel in what should be a celebratory day. They wanted it. They made it a focus. They made it a massive priority, and they got it done.
No team was more aggressive than the New York Giants in pursuing John Harbaugh.
Competent, capable, a winner. And this is exactly what the Giants have been pining for, desperate for, and finally got. So thank God today's a great day in Giants Nation.
This is DiPietro and Rothenberg on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. Oh, yeah. The clock tonight. So how about this one?
Yeah, what do you got?
So New York Giants last 5 seasons. Okay, there's 32 teams in the NFL. Win percentage, 31st. Yards per game, 29th. Points per game, 30th. Opponents' points per game, 27th.
They've been a bad football team.
That's one of the worst.
They've been, why do you think all these Mondays I show up and I'm despondent? They've been a bad football team. And I didn't grow up like that. Like, when I was a little kid, and I was bad when I was little, in like the late 70s. 81 playoff team. 82, now you get Lawrence Taylor. 83 was bad, but then it was good from 84 on. It was good for years and years and years. Right? That was like the golden era of Giants football. 85, they make the playoffs, they lose to the Bears. 86, they win the whole thing. 87 is the strike season. 88, they miss out on the playoffs, they lose to the Jets. 89, they get in. 90, they win again. I mean, they were even a bad season, even after 90. Parcells leaves, they hire Ray Hanley in the 11th hour. And a bad season, a disappointing bad season. They go 8-8. So, I mean, and then they hand it over to Coughlin. They have Eli. I mean, they're functional until they let Coughlin go. And from that moment on, outside of a blip here and a blip there, they have been one of the laughing stocks of the NFL. It feels like you graduate from that to being functional and capable moving forward. And that's why I have such a pep in my step today.
Well, you should have a pep in your step. I'm interested to get your take on this, though. Why do you think, because you said like when you were a kid, even when they weren't very good, like, I mean, you've seen them bad, right? Like, I mean,
I've seen them bad.
Right, but I mean, would you get like this emotionally? Like where you were just like you were done or you were dead inside?
Well, because I didn't have years of heartache or pain or excitement, or it was brand new to me. So even like every Giants game mattered. Watch it, like every game was like a holiday, and they'd be 2-9. You'd be like, oh, I can't wait to watch the Giants. And today, like, no. And also, when you're a kid, you have this kind of wide-eyed like love affair with your team. Now I'm a grizzled old man who you're not going to get excited about winning a game against the Raiders. 5-year-old me would have been like, great. Dart looked great. That's the win. I don't know that I would have understood the intricacies of, well, now you don't get the number one pick, and now you're going to affect the franchise and like all that stuff that when you become older, maybe wiser and maybe more jaded as a fan.
Right. I think that when you really sit down and look at what just happened, right, and we've had a couple phone calls that were negative phone calls. For the most part, they've been positive phone calls. And I think this is the point that, RJ's made throughout the show as he sucks the fun right out of it, is, like, I mean, you were a real crossroads here. It's like talent-wise, you felt like you're in a good spot. You got the quarterback, you got the receiver, you got a couple running backs you like, you got Burns, you got Abdul Carter, you got Dexter Lawrence. Like, you got pieces. Offensive line was better. You got Andrew Thomas. Like, so there were pieces. But then there was Tennessee, who also has a quarterback. They got a ton of cap space. They're going to have a new stadium. It's Nashville. And you got Atlanta with Matt Ryan and Bijan Robinson, all these different things. But when push comes to shove, you're the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
But are you still the Giants? This was kind of that litmus test. How much does that still mean?
Right.
And luckily for you, and I think part of the reason why you're so excited is that you are still the Giants.
You're still the Giants, right. And you know what? You brought him in, you wined him, you dined him, you wooed him. I'm a big woo guy also.
I'm a big woo guy.
You wooed him.
Yep.
And then he didn't even go anywhere else.
Nope.
He's not going to Tennessee. He's not going to Atlanta. Everyone had this 11th hour. Oh, Miami's going to. No, none of those things, because you have something that other teams can't offer. A, you have the quarterback, which, I mean, Tennessee can say that. B, you have cap space, and next year they have a boatload of cap space, by the way. And you are the Giants. And I think at the end of the day, that still does mean something. And like Ian O'Connor tweeted late night, early morning, whenever, this is what John Harbaugh wanted from the start. He recognized that this was the organization he wanted, and now he lands here.
You know what I appreciate, though, is I appreciate, and I know me and you kind of just think we're going back and forth with this because you mentioned the private jet and you wanted to, like, all that stuff is great. And my whole point is that's what you should have done. That shouldn't have been like, oh, hey, I'm surprised they did that. Like, that's, like, there's real competition for this guy. Those are the things that you should do. But I appreciate them recognizing that it's been dysfunctional to a certain degree, and they haven't done a lot of winning. And, like, this could potentially be a really competitive, situation between us, Tennessee, and Atlanta. We can't just rest on, hey, we're the Giants. Like, we got to make sure we prove to John Harbaugh.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? So that at least they recognize that.
Right. And they realized, and listen, and I'm not trying to be negative towards the Jets. I'm really not. But do you think the Jets realize everything? Like, sometimes when you're broken that badly, you don't realize how broken you are. And at least the Giants, we have to get this guy. He gives us instant credibility. Now, remember, year one with Eli was not great, but year two, the playoff team. So I think they'll be better in year one with John Harbaugh and maybe a 7 or 8 win team. But year two, if the Giants will go to the playoffs, at least by his second year, something has gone terribly wrong.
Right, but I know you've already seen it. Like, but even smart football people will, because we always play this game, right? Once the season's over.
Yeah, they had 11 wins. They're going to be the Patriots or the Jaguars. Listen, right. That's just the world we live in.
From last to first, we always do that, and it happens. Listen, and it happens in the NFL. I mean, look at what the Bears are doing this year. Look what Jacksonville's doing this year. What the Patriots are doing this year. Like, so
right.
it does happen.
How many teams that were not relevant teams last year are still playing football right now? A lot.
Right. And how many games did you have 5 fourth quarter leads that you blew?
Yeah. Packers you led. Bears you led.
Denver.
Lions you led. Cowboys you led. I mean, you should have closed all those games out.
Yeah. The only problem is that Baltimore does the same stuff that you were doing, but, I mean, maybe that changes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair, right? And Bisciotti said in his remarks about John Harbaugh, well, they were blowing a lot of big leads, and that didn't sit well with me. I get that, but just get me to the point where I'm that team again.
I'd love to be a lead. Yeah, just get us there, right? We need the Thibodeau effect. We need the Tibbs effect.
Yes. No, right? I don't know that it won't be more than that.
Well, no, listen, it could be. I mean, and listen, that's the expectation. The problem is that no one's done it yet. right? Like no coach has done it.
Right. So Holmgren got close. Obviously, Sean Payton is 3 wins away from doing it now. It can happen, but it hasn't happened yet.
Right. There's always going to be a first. It's just, is this going to be that case? Yeah, someone's going to do it.
I mean, Andy Reid got to a Super Bowl and then won lots of Super Bowls, so it's not like guys are miles away from succeeding there. But nobody has won 2 Super Bowls or won Super Bowls with 2 different teams. That'll change.
You know what I like though the most about this is
what?
Just the feeling of finally having some stability.
Yes.
Especially for a young quarterback. Like this guy, Jackson Dart knows, especially I'm sure even now after talking to him for 2 hours, that this guy's going to be here for a while. So, message is going to be the same. Culture is going to be the same. I actually got, someone that knows what he's doing with the leadership that we need. Mm-hmm. And it's not going to be, me trying to get guys. Because it sounds like, dude, for Jordan to, just openly say there was a guy on our team that said to a reporter that the reason why we stunk was because it was like a country club. Didn't put his name to it. And the thought that someone would say that sent Milbury into a tizzy. Now because someone said it, which was probably true, but someone actually verbalized it and put it out there, it turned into a complete nightmare for us where it's now it's 2 days and you got to do all this stuff. But that's for most coaching staffs, the idea that you're running a country club is not a good thing by any means.
No, it's not a good thing. And it'd be one thing if you were a country club and you were winning, right? Then nobody would care.
Right.
Abdul Carter's got 11 and a half sacks. You let him sleep through meetings, but the guy's going to win Rookie of the Year. He's dominant. But when you're allowing these things to happen and it's moving in a direction that you're scared about and you think we're not the same franchise anymore, we can't win games anymore, we're the laughing stock now, well, now it becomes unacceptable. But here's the thing. Do you know how many days I've been angry and thought about, what's happened to this franchise? I don't have to worry about that anymore. They're going to get back to being functional. Again, I don't know if it means 11 wins or 9 wins or 7 wins. I know this. The Giants are going to be a functional football team. And they're not going to make the same stupid mistakes they've made for a decade now. And
right, but
matters.
I also think you need to, I also think the other benefit of this thing, too, is that, and this is not by any means defending Joe Shane, but once Joe Shane makes that pick, and, as they collaborate on what should happen, we want this guy or this guy, it's then on the coaching staff to make sure that they develop that player the right way. In those first couple of years, if you're taking a player, I don't care. I'm not saying that Deonte Banks, in a different situation would be better. But if you put somebody that you think is good, and in year one, Deonte Banks was good, but then you throw him into the situation where he's they're not practicing hard. They're they get away with whatever they want. That's not the proper way to get the best out of that player, because they don't know.
And maybe guys are not being groomed the right way or coached the right way or any of those things, and then they're just not reaching their potential. Guys in Baltimore have reached their potential. Lamar Jackson is what you hoped he would be. Now, does he struggle in some moments? Sure.
He's won 2 MVPs.
But again, special teams in Baltimore, and I know they missed the field goal. I get that, and that stunk, and I didn't like the way Harbaugh handled the play calling at the end of that. I'm not saying he's not going to be, held accountable, but he's a good NFL head coach, a really good NFL head coach.
Yeah, he's a really good NFL coach. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been around for 18 years. Right? That's, again, I can't begin to explain to people how hard that is, and I know there's a lot of turnover, but still. Because you still have your main, it's still going to have, your best players are going to be with you for a while. And to be able to manage those relationships for 18 years and deal with the injuries and all those different things they have to deal with during the course of the season, all we hear from head coaches all the time is all the other crap that they have to deal with. You imagine doing that for 18 years with the same team?
Right.
And then you're dealing with coaches' personalities, you're replacing coaches, all the different things you got to deal with, all the families. That's, and the fact that you have 2 in the same division doing it.
And still to be respected after 18 years?
Right, but can you imagine that, though? In the same division, you got 2 guys, 119, 118?
No.
And Zach Taylor's the last one standing.
That to me is the big punchline of the early offseason so far. Is that you had Stefanski, who everyone is clamoring for now, right? Yep. It's probably the next hot commodity on the coaching circuit. You have Mike Tomlin, who teams would give up draft picks to get. John Harbaugh, who they're pulling out all the stops to be able to land. And the last guy standing in that division is Zach Taylor.
Hey, good thing Joe Burrow likes him.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The right people like you, and that certainly helps. Dan in Jersey. Dan's got to be in a good mood. Good morning, Danny. How you doing, bud?
Good morning, Dave. Good morning, Rick. How are you guys today?
We're doing really well.
Dan, here's the thing that confuses me about you a little bit is I'm outside of not paying attention to you one single time because I was trying to do work for the show. I'm always nice to you. Dave, completely disrespected you and your steak of Florentina. And yeah, hey Dave, how you doing? That's not right.
It isn't right, but I get where I compartmentalized it. I'm still not happy about it, and I would have loved an apology, but I don't think I'm going to get one.
You're not.
I think that what's it called? He was in a really bad way, and I shouldn't have brought that beefsteak a la Florentina onto the air that day.
Right. You know what? That's summer conversation. Hey, guys, did I ever tell you about my beefsteak of Florentina back when I went to Italy during football season for some reason? No, Dan, you didn't. Tell us about the beefsteak Florentina. And I saw photos of it, Dan, and it looked sensational. But when the Giants had the number 1 draft pick this close, and you're calling the show to talk about a beautiful meal you had,
Florence got a
it
nice
felt
beefsteak
inappropriate.
a la Florentina. Best steak I've ever had in my life.
Nobody cares. Just felt inappropriate. Felt kind of out of whack, Dan. But it doesn't mean I don't love you.
See, but I will say, my whole family thought that whole bit was hilarious. My cousin was listening to it live in the car, and he had to pull over because he was crying laughing. So it was good radio.
This is what I do for you, Dan. I turn you into a star.
All right, what's your point, Dan?
I will say, letting Robin go on about the Galapagos Islands felt a little unfair when I was.
Listen, don't be that guy.
You said steak. She said boobies. You said steak.
Right. The floor is yours now. How do you feel about? I know you love the Giants. How do you feel about the Giants landing John Harbaugh?
I tell you what, I feel pretty good. But I think that they are going to be maybe a playoff team next year. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you look at the games that they blew, that they probably don't blow with John Harbaugh. If he can bring in the right coordinators, that's the one thing I'm still a little skeptical about. I want to see who he brings in.
He's going to bring in Monken. There's already reports that's almost a done deal now.
So I don't know how you feel about Monken, but I'm a little skeptical about him. I know Lamar had some good years, but Lamar was also
some good years.
Some bad
good years.
He won an MVP. He had some really good years.
Look at the year. Look at the numbers from last season.
He should have won MVP last year. I don't know how he didn't.
So let's think about that. Come on, man. Thanks for the call, Dan. Some good years. He turned Lamar, and I'm not saying Lamar wouldn't have been great on his own with another coordinator, but he was the guy that took Lamar from being the last pick in the first round, a very raw quarterback, and turned him into one of the great quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right. So, here's the thing. And I don't know how to answer this question. I don't know if I could answer this question, but how many coaches are smart enough to recognize what they have and realize that they need to build the franchise around this guy? Like if we want to get the very best out of this quarterback, and we all recognize how important the quarterback is, then these are the things that we're going to have to do to make sure that we get the very best out of him. And listen, ultimately you didn't get the very, very best because you didn't get to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl. But for Lamar personally, a couple MVPs, could have easily won another one last season. But he's also got to wear some of the blame too. He's got to play better in the postseason.
Yeah, but that's the weird thing. For some reason, all of the missteps from the Ravens all go on the shoulders of John Harbaugh and none of the players.
Well, because Lamar's coming back, right? So they're not going to move off Lamar.
No. I'm not saying that you should blame Lamar, but it's not all Harbaugh. Like Andrews takes blame, Flowers takes blame. Like when guys don't succeed. Lamar Jackson in the postseason. I'm sorry, he's had moments in the postseason, but he's not the same quarterback in the postseason that he's been in the regular season.
No.
Why doesn't he take blame for that?
I think he does. I think that when you're talking about like who are the best quarterbacks, I think the people will still point to playoffs for him, and then he's got to take that. Like he's got to take that next step. They said the same thing about Josh Allen. Now listen, Josh Allen in the postseason's a beast.
Yeah. Oh, you saw the stats they started the game with the other day. He's like first in every category in the postseason history.
Yeah, and listen, he's going to have his hands full in Denver. By the way, can we veer off quickly from Harbaugh talk, or are we just strictly Harbaugh?
You can veer. I want you back on the road soon, but you can veer.
Yeah, this is like a 2-minute little rest stop. That's like a NASCAR kind of pit stop here for us. Dante Moore going back. In your opinion, good thing, bad thing for the Jets?
I'm really torn because I don't know what you do at quarterback now, right?
Okay. But you just told me earlier, and you took your personality test. You're a 30,000-foot guy, right? You're a big picture guy.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing what you know about Aaron Glenn, right? And what
I think in the long term, this is probably beneficial for the Jets. I think in the micro, it's like, ugh, because you know and they wouldn't have been able to do this because there would have been such pressure to take the quarterback, but you could have traded out of that pick. That pick has no value now. Not that you won't get a great player or two. You might get an awesome player or two, but a forward-thinking organization might have said, hey, we don't want Moore. He's not ready. We're not ready for him, but someone's going to want him, and now we get more picks. Right now we can load up a team that is just bereft of talent. So I think big picture, this might be the best thing for the Jets. I think in the immediate, this is not ideal for the Jets. Is that a fair answer?
Well, I think it's the best answer, and what you said is the most important thing there is that if you thought or trusted that the people making this decision could not be pressured into just taking Dante Moore because you need a quarterback and he's the second quarterback and you just felt the pressure you had to do it, it could have taken a step back and said what you just said, where it's, hey, listen, the whole 20 starts thing concerns us, the fact that we don't have the infrastructure around them concerns us, and now you trade the pick because we need talent. Like, yes, him going back affects your ability. You can't do that now. But I also think that now, because I do think they would have felt pressure to do it, and they probably would have taken him with the second overall pick.
They would have definitely taken him.
Right, and I don't think that I don't know if that was going to be the right choice. Not to mention the fact that we said this yesterday. You could see it. They take Dante Moore. It doesn't look good. They don't win enough games. Aaron Glenn gets fired, right? So it's a new coach. Hopefully that coach likes Dante Moore. But what happens if he doesn't? Now you got 3 first-round picks in 27, where it's supposed to be. I mean, you got Arch and everyone else. It's a loaded class. So it's just. I mean, you're probably, outside of not being able to leverage the pick to trade back and get more picks, you're probably better off, right? Because if things don't go good with Aaron Glenn, at least now have the opportunity in 2027
to start fresh.
But maybe that's how your job becomes attractive enough to get.
Maybe if you say to a new coach, hey, Arch Manning is there for the taking. Dante Moore with another year of cooking is there for the taking. Absolutely. Now, the one thing I will say, though, is I've heard a lot of people, the Jets have so much draft equity. They'll just go up and they'll get Arch. No. If a team that needs a quarterback picks one, you could offer them the sun and the moon. You're not getting that quarterback. So you need to be either bad enough that you have that pick or the right team is bad enough. Like, I mean, if the Titans, right? No, I can't even imagine that because if the Titans have an awful year, they might even wind up taking a quarterback. Like, I don't even know. But a team that has a quarterback that has an awful year, that's what you need to have happen.
Right, or this draft. I mean, you decide that, hey, we'll take the best player available at 2. We have the 16th pick. If it's Chambliss who doesn't win his suit against the NCAA and he's in the draft, or we have the first pick in the second round, we want to come back up into the first round.
Right, I have no issue with that. If you take, I don't love Simpson, but if you take Simpson or you take Chambliss and you work with that guy for a year and you notice, you know what, now we have the number 1 pick, now we can take Arch. Fine, you know what, I would absolutely do that. I'm not going to play this game where it's like, well, I have a quarterback I think could be good. I need to answer the question in the next 2 drafts.
Right, but
now I have the quarterback.
Right, but that's much easier to do with the 16th overall pick or later in the first round than with the second overall pick after 1 year.
This is what annoys me about people.
Why?
Tom Quinn tweets in, so now your brilliant opinion is Lamar Jackson sucks.
No, Lamar Jackson's awesome.
When did anybody ever say anything about him sucking? All I'm saying is all the responsibility for the lack of ultimate success for Baltimore shouldn't fall on the shoulders of John Harbaugh. Some of it could fall on Lamar Jackson.
Right, which I think is fair. I mean, it's like you still have to go out there and play, and for whatever reason, Lamar Jackson doesn't play consistently enough at that MVP level in the postseason. And that's not saying that he sucks.
I think he's great.
I think he's awesome, but I mean, I think that now when you start talking about like some of the injury stuff that he's dealing with, like what does that do for your season when the guy's not practicing? Like he missed a lot of time. He missed a lot of practices. He dealt with 4 different injuries.
Yeah, he was real banged up this year, and his game. And again, I think he'll be great again next year. But he plays the kind of game that he needs his athleticism. He can't. He's not going to stand in the pocket and whip the ball downfield. He's got to be able to move.
Right, unless you do a better job of like actually putting more around him.
Well, they don't have great pieces there,
receiver-wise.
I mean, come on. DeAndre Hopkins is done. They just don't. They don't. It's amazing to me that you have Lamar Jackson and you have Josh Allen, and neither of those guys has great weapons around him.
Well, Patrick Mahomes doesn't have great weapons.
And another one.
Right. So I mean, I mean, really, when you look at those, like the top quarterbacks, the top, the only one that really has it is Joe Burrow. But because he has them, the defense sucks and they don't make the playoffs.
And their offensive line is abysmal. RJ?
Hi.
You want to scat before you do stuff you missed?
Skeetle-deedle-doot.
You know what? Yeah, it wasn't great scatting, but for the way you acted today, I'll take it. Well done, RJ. Promise me this. Promise me this right now.
Yeah.
In front of God and everybody, right? If the Niners beat the Seahawks this weekend, you will do a full 1 minute uninterrupted scat on Monday.
I don't know if I can give you a minute, but I'll give you something. I'll tell you that.
Something like big time scatting.
That is something that happened.
Big time scatting.
Big time scat. You ready to do a little addition of stuff that you missed?
Never been more ready.
Now.
Walk-up three-pointer. He got it! See ya! Score! Put it in the box!
The you missed.
Alrighty, so you guys mentioned Dante Moore going back to Oregon. I should also tell you that Sonny Styles is leaving early. So long, Ohio State. He's declaring for the NFL draft.
I like him a lot.
I know you do. Some non-John Harbaugh.
I like Sonny Anderson. She's good, too.
Okay. NFL coaching news. Ravens, they're looking for a replacement for the next Giants head coach. That'd be John Harbaugh. They interviewed Jesse Minter. You got to imagine he's one of the favorites, if not the favorite, for the Ravens head coaching job. Dolphins had a couple interviews for their head coaching vacancy. That would be Kevin Stefanski. That would also be Packers defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. The Steelers have requested an interview with Vikings defensive coordinator Brian Flores, who has also, this is interesting, interviewed with the Washington Commanders for their defensive coordinator job.
But why would he possibly take that job?
Well, his contract's up, right? So if he's just looking
Why would you want him back if you're Minnesota, though?
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you think you'd want to go with that defense and Kevin O'Connell?
I did not think if he were going to take a defensive coordinator job, it would be elsewhere other than Minnesota.
Right. And certainly not Washington.
Well, the interview was had. And
maybe he feels like there's a better chance that Washington moves on from Dan Quinn and he gets that job afterwards.
Yeah, maybe so. Adam Thielen retiring from the NFL, going to call it a career. And got to tell you, until somebody tells me Fred Warner's not playing, I think he's playing.
You'll scout all over yourself if he plays.
I'm not positive you can say that, so I'm going to get rid of it.
I can't. What do you mean? I can say scat. I can say whatever. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, but intent is important there. Mark Ingram.
I just want to be free.
Woo, some would say. Too much woo from you. Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald. Thank you, Ric Flair, will be inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. The Knicks yesterday went very poorly. Out in Sacramento, Mike Brown returning to his Kings. Got a standing ovation, which was nice. But what was not nice, Jalen Brunson limped off. Scored 4 points in 5 minutes off to a nice start. And then he did not finish the game. He has a sprained ankle. Was not in a walking boot after the game and seen not with a limp. So that's good. In the meantime, the Knicks shot 39% from the field. And Precious Achiuwa lit them up for 20 and 14. So that was cool. Trey Murphy, he scored 34. Pelicans beat the Nets 116-113. Some other sprained ankles to tell you about. Cooper Flagg sprained his ankle, left early in a loss to the Nuggets. And Zach Edey, Grizzlies center, also has an ankle injury. He will miss approximately 6 weeks. Darius Garland, by the way, he hurt his right foot. Not sure if it's an ankle, but right foot in a win over the Sixers. And Trae Young, going to be out through the All-Star break with that leg injury. You also see, Dave, you probably did. St. John's fired their basketball general manager. Someone who's
stealing.
Yeah, not great. When Rick Pitino, who admitted afterwards, yeah, this is a pretty big deal that we lost him. So keep an eye on that. Brady Tkachuk scores his 200th career goal. Senators double up the Rangers 8-4. That's not going well. The Devils, they win in overtime. Our buddy Don, here's how it sounded.
Jack finds Heischer. Here comes Nico Heischer. Backhand. Score.
Was that Ken Danico that jumped in there?
That's Dano. That's Dano.
K is not going to stand.
I was going to say
that was
that might be the K show today.
That's got to
we'll get to John Harbaugh in a moment. You got to hear the steppage.
That's got to. I mean, steppage doesn't even describe it. It's got to be the first time that he stole the call. Yeah,
he's the one that said it was a goal.
Exactly.
Right.
Listen, strong is all I can say.
It feels like the color analyst gets a little too comfortable with Don.
He's inviting.
That's the problem.
Because there's a real chance if you did that to Mike, if that happened,
you
like
get thrown out of the
O'Neal
booth.
did that to Michael
out of the booth,
squeeze your head until it exploded.
He'd punch you right in the face.
Or
even worse, headbutt you.
Yeah, oh my goodness. You would think it'd be the Royal Rumble. You would see O'Neal flying out of the booth over the top rope.
Yeah.
Ranger Suarez, this was a big deal. 5 years.
I don't know.
$130 million with the Red Sox.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you would let Bregman go away and
How's that
bring in
rotation
Ranger
look?
Suarez for almost the same money.
I think a lot of Red Sox fans have a problem with how
I think you share the same opinion of most Red Sox fans.
Yeah,
currently.
It's bizarre.
I do not think that most Boston fans believe they've handled the offseason properly. And
I guess Bregman was great in the clubhouse, too.
And momentum going the other way from the PGA. Dustin Johnson signs a multi-year extension to remain with Live Golf.
I don't need him back.
He kind of stinks anyway. But
yeah, I don't need him back.
He was good once upon a time.
I do appreciate the pictures of Paulina, though. What's that? He's married to Gretzky's daughter. Yeah, Paulina.
Yep. You guys both said the same thing. Yeah, it's no secret why you guys got shared adjectives with your personality quiz. So good for you guys. That's stuff you
his
missed.
was creep, though.
I don't think that's in there.
Mine was not creep.
I don't think it's
mine was humanitarian.
I don't think
no way. Did it say you lead with generosity? Is any of those?
You want to know my 5 words?
Yeah, I love them.
Competitor.
Yeah.
Harmony.
Okay.
Woo.
Don't
Adaptability.
comment out loud about 20-year-olds, okay?
Yeah. And maximizer. I get the most out of you. No one could ever get this much out of you.
You stressed that about baseball picks.
Well, of course, because I want to do good.
Well. See?
You maximize other
bad
people.
Guy.
Is that what you do? I agree with that.
No. I get the most out of others.
Right. So I'm saying you maximize other people. That's what I said.
All right.
I would agree with that.
Those are my 5 words.
That's nice. That stuff you missed. Jordan Schultz next.
What happened to D-Hiff in observations, by the way?
They took a breather today.
So I was told originally they're going to be very short, very brief. And then I was told they're not happening.
They're dead.
Yeah. This was not a Dave decision. This was an RJ-led decision.
The Harbaugh train was rolling down the tracks. Who am I to interrupt?
Yeah. We have a new conductor. Right?
I'm the conductor.
Yeah, there we go.
He'd fit better on that train, I can tell you that.
All right, let's take a break. NFL insider Jordan Schultz, Giants and all else around the league on ESPN New York. Well, let's see what's happening on the roads this morning. Here is the great Debbie Duhame.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rick. Yep, let's bring on John Harbaugh to the Giants, and I'll bring on the info for you on the roads. Let's go out to the Van Wyck northbound, slowing down at the LIE with an accident just cleared out of the way. Watch for slowdowns outbound George, lower level with construction causing delays on the Cross Bronx into the outbound GWB. 84 east at the Newburgh Beacon Bridge, a collision. Sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance. Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports, coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org. I'm Debbie Duhame on 880 ESPN New York.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Welcome to Jake's 58 Casino Hotel, where excitement never stops. Unleash the fun with 2 floors of gaming action, featuring 1,000 cutting-edge video and electronic machines. Enjoy exceptional service at a prime location that places you right in the heart of Long Island's excitement. Stay and play in style with over 200 hotel rooms and treat yourself to a full range of dining options at Jake's 58 Casino Hotel.
If gambling is a problem for you or someone you care about, please call the 24-hour toll-free helpline at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Show your team spirit and save big only at Security Dodge during the Start Something New sales event. For a limited time, score an extra $500 off on top of all rebates and new incentives. Just for coming in and wearing your favorite team's jersey or swag. High school, college, or pro, football, basketball, hockey, and every sport in between. It's easy to win big at Security Dodge in Amityville. Visit us today or shop 24/7 at securitydodge.com.
Not all F words are bad. Some are actually great, like fast, free fiber for 4 months. Yep, switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as $25 a month. Plus, for a limited time, you can get 4 months free, HBO Max included for 1 year, and a 5-year price lock. Don't wait. This free fiber deal won't last long, and the fastest, most reliable, most consistent internet speeds await you. Call 888-4OPTIMUM or visit Optimum.com/free today. Terms apply. See Optimum.com for details.
A SoFi personal loan is here to help you achieve something once thought impossible: overcoming high-interest credit card debt. Walk the tightrope of your finances with one low, fixed-rate monthly payment, no fees required, and as soon as the same-day funding. That's right. Pull off your own debt-defying stunt with a SoFi personal loan. Visit SoFi.com/trick to learn more. Loans originated by SoFi Bank, N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage, no medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ETHOS.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
It's another Super Saturday on the Fine Line, and The Wiz has you covered. Saturday at 8 a.m., The Wiz talks about all 4 NFL playoff games, including Buffalo at Denver. Can Josh Allen get another road win? What about the Rams at Bears? Plus Knicks, St. John's, Rangers, all in action. It's a loaded show with free picks, and The Wiz talks about the College Football National Championship when Miami takes on #1 Indiana. The Fine Line with Joe Wiz, Saturday at 8 a.m. It's the best bet in town. Be ready to win.
Oh, it's been a long time since a Giants fan has felt like they might potentially be winners, and today is that day. You know, my relationship with this guy is really going to a level that I didn't see, and it's happening very quickly. He is NFL insider Jordan Schultz, and we're doing middle of the night text. Like, our relationship, Jordan, is really hitting new strides, isn't it?
It's an honor. Yeah, I mean, that was a late night last night, and I didn't think you'd be up. But I know how much John Harbaugh means to Giants fans, so we had to get it done. And I woke up to a flurry of texts, including a few from Giants players that were absolutely over the moon about the hire for so many reasons, and I think they have every right to be.
Wow. Jordan, what do you think this means? Right? I mean, I know they have pieces, and there was 5 fourth-quarter leads that they blew, and they got the quarterback, and Malik Neighbors will be back, and Brian Burns, and we saw. The last couple of weeks of Abdul Carter were really good. I mean, is this going to be the team that a lot of people point to as kind of the potential to go from last to first in the division to be, competitive for potentially a playoff spot?
I think it's a competitive playoff caliber team. I think they could win 9-10 games. I think John Harbaugh is worth 4 or 5 wins. Certainly want to see what happens in the draft and free agency, and there's still some question marks, like what are they going to do with Wan'Dale Robinson? I think that would be one of the big priorities. But listen, the roster is, with a competitive coach, which Harbaugh is, the roster is certainly capable of performing at a playoff caliber clip. You're talking about the winningest coach in Ravens history. You're talking about a guy that won a Super Bowl, has been the coach of the year, and is just an absolute program builder. And I would say take it a step further and say a force multiplier. Having John Harbaugh gives you instant credibility, and that's something that, quite frankly, the Giants really haven't had since Tom Coughlin.
Jordan, it sounds like you couldn't script like a better guy for this job the way you talk about him, right? You're hearing from players that they're ecstatic, and you heard players last week saying we just want like a guy that's going to hold us accountable and have demands of us. And we want like a Tom Coughlin kind of guy. Like, is this like, I'm so excited. I think Giants fans are so excited. There's real reason to be this excited today, though, right? Like it feels like the franchise has gone from this cloud over the head to they're the Giants again.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself in terms of this is a tenfold franchise. This is one of the premier organizations traditionally, not only in the NFL, but in all sports. I mean, it's the New York Giants, and there's a standard that has not been met for a really long time. And bringing John Harbaugh in doesn't just elevate, wins and losses in your record and get you, potential playoff berths. it gives you, when I say credibility, there's so much that goes into that word, but the impact he'll have on players now wanting to come to New York. I have not felt over the past several years that the Giants were a premier free agent destination, not because of the organization or the city or the market, but because the franchise just has not been in a healthy place. When you add someone like John Harbaugh, who's obviously going to have a tremendous amount of say over personnel, over staff, I think he's going to bring Todd Monken once they comply with Rooney Rule. You're bringing in someone that is so established in terms of what he knows, how he knows how to operate a franchise. He is so comfortable with who he is as a head coach. He's seen everything. He's not going to be surprised. These are just, you add all of that up, and suddenly you become the New York Giants again, to your point.
Jordan, we're obviously, you know how this works, right? I mean, there'll be people like Dave that are excited, and then you'll take a couple phone calls where, John Harbaugh never got to a Super Bowl with Lamar. It's an MVP quarterback, and they'll start to point all these negatives. What would you say to a person that calls in as a Giants fan and isn't excited about this move?
Well, first I would ask why, because this was not your juggernaut candidate pool. When you talk about last year, you had Liam Cohen, you had Mike Vrabel, even someone like Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. I mean, these were considered elite head coaching candidates. This was not that pool. You had some really good, and you have some really good young coaches who are either first-timers or someone like a Robert Saleh going for a second time, Mike McCarthy a third. It just did not have the same level of juice. And when you asked around the NFL, especially with the 9 teams looking for head coaches, you got that sentiment throughout. Like, hey, how is this guy in the interview? Oh, he was good, but he's not ready. He doesn't have a staff. He doesn't understand how to put together a staff. All of these questions are answered with John Harbaugh. So to the Giants fan or even the NFL fan that says, I don't love the hire, maybe he's too old, he didn't win enough in the playoffs with Lamar Jackson, I understand maybe where you're coming from, but I would push back and say that you're talking about a Hall of Famer and someone that in this cycle is absolutely the cream of the crop, and you don't really get the opportunity, fellas, to hire someone like John Harbaugh. It's a legacy-defining hire for the Mara family.
Big-time NFL insider Jordan Schultz with us here, ESPN New York. There were rumblings that Miami was at some point close, Tennessee, Atlanta. Were these teams ever legitimately close, or in your mind was this always Harbaugh to the Giants?
I felt like it was a 2-horse race between the Giants and the Titans. And, Atlanta had certainly a lot of pieces, but I didn't feel like they were able to offer the same things that the Giants or the Titans. And people say, hey, why the Titans? That's a terrible team. That's one of the worst rosters. That's fair, but they have $100+ million in cap. I think a terrific young quarterback in Cam Ward, and an excellent young GM in Mike Borgonzi, who comes from the Kansas City tree, who is known to be extremely collaborative. And I think Tennessee would have given him a lot of things, even some things that the Giants couldn't offer, especially from the cap. And this is the beauty of John Harbaugh, is that someone told me that he is really built for rivalry big games. And all due respect to the, other divisions, other teams, AFC East or AFC North, there's something about playing against the Cowboys on Sunday night, playing the Eagles on a Monday night. You can't really replicate that. So I always felt like Tennessee had a real shot, but you also knew that the Giants were hell-bent on keeping John Harbaugh in their building. And he actually ended up leaving, but they were so aggressive, and I reported about an hour ago, $100 million over 5 years is about the number. So he's going to be one of the highest-paid coaches in football, and I think he'd be the third highest-paid player on the Giants. So he's just going to get the type of money that he commands, and the Titans were never really able to get in the door.
Jordan, as far as the other things going on right now in the NFL, so Green Bay, right? I mean, it sounds like the LaFleur, they're trying to work out an extension. Why is it taking so long? Is there a chance that LaFleur's not back in Green Bay?
So listen, Matt LaFleur is the 19th highest paid head coach in football. And I've been critical of him, especially with the Bears game. I put that loss solely on Matt LaFleur with the clock management, the play calling. But he is a very good coach in terms of win-loss, in terms of his offenses over the years. There's a couple like inside baseball elements, if you will, to this. He shares the same agent, Trace Armstrong, from Athletes First, who also happens to represent Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell just signed a deal last year that's paying him $15 million a year. LaFleur's hovering around $6 million. The problem is the Packers are not the type of organization to pay a head coach $15, $17 million a year. That's just not how they operate. So LaFleur is going to clearly want more money and more years, but there's got to be some type of compromise. The Packers are saying you're 37-30-1 with one playoff win since Aaron Rodgers left. Where's the proof? And LaFleur's saying, I've had a ton of injuries. I don't need to be the highest paid, but I like to be top 5, top 10. There's got to be some type of compromise. And if there's not, then there is certainly a scenario where you're looking at a 10th opening. I'm not saying I anticipate it, but I'm certainly not saying either that this is a perfect marriage and that everything's copacetic in Green Bay.
All right, let's just throw a couple of quick ones and we'll let you run. I know you're busy this morning. Baltimore, Jesse Minter, does that connect the dots in your mind or no?
It does. And Jesse Minter, for maybe not a household name yet, was at Michigan, had the number 1 defense in the country, followed Jim Harbaugh to the Chargers. They've been a top 5 defense pretty much in every metric the last 2 seasons under his guidance. Was in Baltimore, has worked with both Harbaugh brothers, is very familiar with the Ravens organization. And to that point, Baltimore, and understandably so, they were coming off an excellent season. They let Mike Macdonald out the door. He ends up going to Seattle, and now Seattle's the number 1 seed in the NFC. There's some similarities between Macdonald and Minter and temperament and the way they coach a defense, scheme, all of that. So Jesse Minter absolutely tracks in Baltimore. So does Brian Flores. He interviewed there. He did very well. He's going to interview in Pittsburgh. When I think about the Ravens, I believe they will potentially. It's not a guarantee, but I would say there's a pretty good shot they go defense, and I think they like the idea of Jesse Minter, certainly.
Where do you think Stefanski ends up?
And also, by the way, Minter's interviewing in 8 places, so he's got a lot of opportunities. Stefanski, I would lean pretty strongly to Atlanta right now. I think he's going to be in a mix in Tennessee. He has a couple opportunities, but to me, his best fit is in Atlanta because he can work with Matt Ryan. They have a good relationship, and I think they like the idea of having him mold Michael Penix Jr. So I'm hearing a lot of Stefanski to Atlanta, but obviously the NFL wants this to be a longer process, and there's a reason why there's only been one hire. Everyone thought Harbaugh would be the first hire, and that would be the first domino, but this is not going to be a fast process. So even though I'm saying Kevin Stefanski is a favorite or my favorite in Atlanta, I'm not expecting a decision there, certainly in the imminent future.
All right, great stuff. We could go on for another 45 minutes, but we have to wrap up.
Give me some more. Come on.
I mean, all right, fine. I'll ask you one more. Steelers.
Yeah, come on, give me one more.
All right, Steelers. The next coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers is who?
I mentioned Flores with Baltimore. I think he's got a terrific shot with the Steelers. Similarly to Mike Tomlin, defensive coordinator in Minnesota, and then obviously Tomlin spent 18 years in Pittsburgh. He's very well liked there. He's worked there. But then if you're Pittsburgh, you could also say, you know what, let's go offense. So it wouldn't surprise me if they're not going to interview 20-something guys like the Titans, but I could see them interviewing 8 guys. Really having a long search, or certainly a capable search to interview some younger coaches, maybe get an offensive mind or two in the building. One of the sentiments I've heard from teams throughout this process last week or so is we might hire, or we like the idea of potentially hiring a coach who is perhaps a year away, but we feel he's a head coach and he has that DNA, and why not just go get him now? I'm not saying Pittsburgh's going to do that, but I think that's certainly on the table.
All right, you're awesome. Promise me this. Come in studio one day and spend an extended time, and we'll break it all
10
down.
10 minutes away.
All right, let's do it.
I would love to.
Let's do it.
That would be terrific. Anytime. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, of course, that's Jordan Schultz, big-time NFL insider.
Oh,
that's
great
God.
Stuff.
What's the matter?
Holy slobberfest.
He likes me.
I guess so.
Why,
who wouldn't like you?
I would think that someone liking me you would like.
I go, who wouldn't like you? I'd like someone to treat me like that. Oh, Jordan, you're the best.
I can't win with you.
Oh,
All right,
my God.
let's take a break. I'm texting with a former NFL GM who is gaga over this move for the Giants. Tell you about that next on ESPN New York.
FanDuel is turning on playoff mode. All customers get a profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. Each game day during the divisional round, you'll find a pack loaded with multiple profit boosts waiting for you in the app. More boosts mean more ways to level up your playoff bets. Pick the matchups you believe in, take your shot on an upset, or build a parlay that fits the moment. Do you like Seattle at home after the bye? Maybe you like Denver at home to continue winning. Then apply your profit boost and go after even bigger payouts while the playoffs keep rolling. So visit FanDuel.com/local and grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day. 21 plus and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. Discover the untold story behind Shakespeare's greatest masterpiece. Hamnet is a monumental cinematic experience and proof that movies can bring us together. And now it's the winner of the Golden Globe Award for Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing only in theaters.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Commitment issues? No problem. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, as in for life. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Pay $25 a month as long as you stay on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
I have a singular focus right now. I want John Harbaugh as coach of this team.
The New York Giants and John Harbaugh are now finalizing an agreement to make him the next head coach of the New York Giants.
Will John Harbaugh reignite the Giants championship DNA?
They were 7-27 the past 2 years. You now have a head coach that basically has never really lost. He's been a winner ever since he became a head coach.
No team was more aggressive than the New York Giants in pursuing John Harbaugh.
I'm juiced to see what, this franchise can be within the next 5 years.
Thank God today's a great day in Giants Nation.
Follow the Giants offseason right here on 880 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Oh, St. Elmo's Fire. What a movie this was. I won't sit here and name all the particulars, but I enjoyed this movie greatly.
Why don't you? Can do that tomorrow. You guys, you can do that tomorrow. That's one of
you know what? We can.
Good point.
Demi Moore, Emilio Estevez. I won't go through the whole, Rob Lowe, the whole thing, but there's plenty to choose from.
Who's Emilio Estevez's brother?
Charlie Sheen.
That boy.
How dare you?
I just want to make people aware of how smart you are.
I pride myself on useless knowledge. You're going to ask
maximizing.
me that?
I'm also
and
a maximizer.
And the father, of course, Martin Sheen. In fact, Charlie Estevez turned his name into Charlie Sheen.
How about that?
All right. Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. 9 o'clock, Islanders at the Oilers out in Edmonton. Then 10 o'clock, the Knicks are on the road again to take on the Warriors tonight. Hopefully it's better than last night's result. And that's game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So, unsolicited to me, I got a text from someone, former GM in the NFL, said, "You will love Harbaugh." I said, "Great hire, huh?" I said, "Do you think he's a good personnel guy?" He said, really good personnel guy. He knows what he wants. He was heavily involved in the draft, and Monken will be great for Dart. I said, this is amazing news. He said also, look for Chris Horton to hopefully be the special teams coach. And I don't know Chris Horton. I said, is Horton good? Really, really good. Really good. So, and then he says, Chuck Smith, elite pass rush coach, former Falcon. He's very good. Don't be surprised if you get him as well. I said, Bart Scott on the air yesterday was talking about him going to the Jets. And he said, no, he'll go to the Giants. So, this is the best day I've ever had.
I'm actually concerned that if we do go to training camp, that this could be a real problem for you.
No, we're going to have to go.
Right, like there's a chance I look over and you're dry humping John Harbaugh's leg.
Look what just happened. Look what just almost happened 2 minutes ago. For crying out loud, that's just an insider.
Right.
Well, I mean, the fact is you guys don't give respect to the people that deserve it.
The respect?
Yeah.
That was more than respect.
Who am I not giving respect to?
Jordan Schultz is he's breaking news all over the place.
He is. I didn't say he wasn't. He absolutely is.
The fact that we get him on the show, you have to treat the man with respect.
There's respect and there's what you were doing. Rick,
you want me to be the ass man?
For once,
where people that I have on the show, I'm like, well, you stink. I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no, that's not what I want. I don't want you to tell the guy he stinks.
I don't even want to know what's going to go on if he comes into the studio.
Maybe just buy him.
Bring some Starbucks for you.
Maybe just buy him a nice gift, like a nice quarter zip, like the ass man.
Probably be asked to leave.
I know. I'm like, hey, Rick, can you go run out? And me and Jordan get some stuff to discuss.
You're making us very uncomfortable.
Right.
I'm not. You guys are bringing it here. You know what? You can't. Here's the thing. You can't bring me down. I don't care what you say.
Only Jordan can.
I'm in too good of a mood for you guys to bring me down. All right, Ray.
I like you like this.
And I will not bring you down today.
You try.
You are beautiful, no matter what they say.
You're beautiful, Ray. You ready for the 3
beautiful.
stars?
Yes.
This could be a nasty text from Rob here I'm getting. Let's see.
Oh, let's see.
Today's 3 stars.
Is it a nasty text? Should you read it?
Dave is a bleep.
No.
He's jealous. He's scared. That's what it is.
I think he wanted John Harbaugh. Remember, he's an Eagle guy.
Yeah, he's scared.
Number 3.
At any rate, look, how fired up is this man?
D'Agostino Law. Rawr. Right back.
I mean, he's got that. But there's drawbacks to it because Rick, you were mean to him at the beginning, and you kind of reverted back to who you really are, which means he's not wearing pants right now.
That's right.
You got a little mean to Jordan.
Any concern now with like this extra attention with Harbaugh, and you'll be up in Bristol that you could have another one of those moments?
That was really out of pocket.
Mean.
See why I don't like
What?
it? You see why? You see, like Dave, like literally, all you have to do is not be an absolutely horrible, terrible person,
right?
And you're going to be my favorite here,
right?
Like literally, the bar is so low.
Doesn't take much.
Number 2.
Really, let's get back to the topic at hand here.
I mean, this is the biggest day since when for you, Dave? I mean,
probably my wedding day.
Oh boy,
no.
Yeah. Listen, it was tough going around here for a while.
You would have been. What was that Ben Affleck movie? Like Jiggly or whatever it was. That's what you would have been.
You would have been Jiggly.
J-Lo? You would have been
Jiggly. I was told, by the way, that it's pronounced Geely, not Jiggly.
You would have been Jiggly. No one didn't do well. You don't want to be Jiggly.
You don't want to be Jiggly.
Hey, Monday morning, Dave's got an eye patch. What happened?
He took out his eye. Yeah,
I got
That's
Harbaugh.
right. Dave would have cut his eye out for John Harbaugh. Thankfully, he didn't have to.
You know what? I traded sight for Harbaugh. So I'm like
What's
a
that?
pirate now.
You know who you are?
What's that on Harbaugh's desk? Oh, that's Dave's eye.
I'd be like One-Eyed Willie.
Yeah, put that eye right in the...
Would they put it in some kind of like... Was it formaldehyde they put it in?
There you go.
Yeah. I
a
sat
jar.
in formaldehyde once. Burnt my butt cheek.
Why would you do that?
It was accidental. So during a science project.
Yeah, that's a rough thing. And RJ was about to, compare notes with you, but...
when you get to that point, though, because my lab partner in high school...
Yeah.
Number 1.
And that's where we're going to wrap this up. And this went on for a while.
I'm a scat man.
Give me the arm.
Woo!
You're trying to get everyone to join in. Really, RJ.
RJ, scat with me.
He would not.
In the hopes of Fred Warner coming back.
There will be no
to beat
scat.
the Seahawks on the road. Give me a scat.
I'm not giving you giant celebratory scat.
No, he would not. Rick would, of course, violate it, though.
Dead.
You know what, RJ?
You can't say that.
No.
See what you did?
What did I do?
You led to that.
It's your fault. But nevertheless.
All I want to do is scat with a friend.
Even if RJ discourages it.
I bet Mike called, excited, got on the phone with RJ.
And RJ wouldn't scat.
But you know what? Eventually, you did win.
Hi.
You want to scat before you do stuff you missed?
Skeetle deedle doot.
Congratulations. Not only on getting John Harbaugh, Dave, but getting RJ to scat.
Thank
Hi.
you. You want to scat before you do stuff you missed?
Skeetle deedle doot.
Skeetle deedle doot. It's rule 76.
No excuses, playing a champion. It's DiPietro Rothenberg and
everybody.
Here at ESPN New York.
You
and
would
on
have been
YouTube.
jiggly.
You don't want to be jiggly.
You don't want to be jiggly.
In the city that never sleeps and never stops talking sports, ESPN New York is always